Welcome to another night of West Lauderdale Night Football on Q101. Tonight's broadcast is powered by the Citizens Bank, All-Star Team Sports, Battery One Source, Douglas Orthodontics, Will Sweat Alpha Insurance Agency, Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, State Farm agent Chris McDonald, Regions Bank, Family Flea Market, and your West Lauderdale Night Football connection. Q101. The countdown to kickoff starts now with the All-Star Team Sports Coaches Show. Here's play-by-play announcer Lee Taylor with night head coach Brock Clay on Q101.
And once again, we do have our Coaches Show being brought to you by All-Star Team Sports, locally owned and supports all area schools. Your source for sporting goods, custom apparel, awards, and so much more. Coach, congratulations on a few things. First, getting your record out of under 500. Number 2, on the win. Number 3, you're now again in the driver's seat to win another division title. Congratulations, Coach.
Absolutely. I think that last one is the biggest, most important thing that you brought up, and we certainly do appreciate all that. But, winning that first one gets you you're not playing catch-up anymore, and that's what nobody wants to have to do when it comes to division play.
And, Coach, I don't mean any disrespect about mentioning the 500 record, but as I mentioned before, these players do not know about losing football games, and it probably is unsettling to many of them where their record was, correct?
Oh, absolutely. We've been really blessed. I think it's been almost a decade since, it's over a decade since we've not been over 500 at the end of the year. And I think if everything stays on the track that we've got, that we should end up in that same range again. Of course, anything can happen with a football game. That's why the ball's shaped the way it is. But very proud of that aspect. And I think some of the older listeners, like you and I, thoroughly appreciate that 500 because there were years where we prayed for 500.
Let's revisit last week's game. Again, League Central gave us fits for the first 24 minutes of play, but again, your team was able to make the adjustments needed to make some separation there in the second half. What were you guys able to do in the second half that put that game away?
I think the momentum going into halftime was the biggest thing, biggest factor of the ball game. We were lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time on a kick and recovered the thing and was able to stick it in right there before half, which expanded that lead a little bit. And I think kind of, whether you say kill their hopes or shot them down or whatnot, but it was definitely a big momentum swing going in at halftime. And, anytime you can get a team behind, they feel like they're pressed to catch up, and that 2-score margin is where you can really expand on that thing or let somebody back in the ball game. We were definitely able to come out. We got several stops in the second half defensively and continued to drive the football and stick in the end zone the second half.
Coach, offensively over the last few weeks, there had been some drops in the passing game, but KP hit Chase Gathings in the end zone for a touchdown there in the second half. And I understand this is a running ball club, but how important was that completion for not only Chase but also KP maybe going forward this year?
Oh, hopefully it was huge. We catch balls all day, every day in practice. Just we haven't had the things to work out and line up in our favor for the last few weeks in the passing game. But yes, we've had several drops. There's been times where we've had bad balls, but most of the time I'd say we've just not come up and made plays. And I think I've talked about that the last couple of weeks, especially during some of our losses. We were in the right place at the right time. We just millisecond here, or grip too quickly, or jump too early.
Mm-hmm. Coach, speaking of the running game, another outstanding performance on the ground. I believe both KP and Travion had well over 100 yards again. With running the football, you have to have a strong offensive line. How confident are those big guys up front right now?
Hopefully they're real confident. That's what we're supposed to have done the whole time. We talked about, especially after that McGee game, having to correct some things and going back to our roots or whatnot. But we have to understand we're going to run the football. You've heard me say it before on this show, and I talk about it all the time. We've been successful here with this program with the fact that the kids go out there and they run into that brick wall, 11 of them. More times than not, that brick wall, if we keep running into it with all we got, then more times than not, it generally falls. And I think we've gotten back into that the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we can take that and ride on into the playoffs.
Once again, we have our Coaches Show being brought to you by All-Star Team Sports with head football coach of the West Lauderdale Knights, Coach Brock Clay. Coach, I believe you had to answer questions earlier this year about why the Knights had Germantown, a 7A club, on the schedule. You may have the same questions this week, why Taylorsville, a 1A ball club, is on the schedule. But I know this is a touchy subject to you, but do you mind answering that question to the masses tonight? Why a 7A? Why a 1A?
We have on our schedule this year the teams I promise if there's a team in between here in Germantown, as I stated a couple weeks ago, or a team in between here in Taylorsville, whatever the classification, the reason they're not on the schedule is they've told us no. They refuse to play. That's kind of the situation we've gotten into, and it. I don't know if it comes with success. I don't know if it comes with the style of play that we have. We run into the kids other teams really hard. I've talked about, I go back to Clarksdale when we played them in the playoffs, and Coach Johnson met me out at the 50-yard line. And, of course, we go way back on known each other for a long time, and he says, you kids play like their hair's on fire, and that's the thing we're blessed with here is these kids do play like their hair's on fire, and maybe a lot of folks don't want a part of that. But as far as Taylorsville being a 1A, the only thing that makes them 1A is the numbers of kids that they have playing. But when we booked this schedule, McGee was coming off a state championship, Taylorsville was coming off a state championship, so the reason those guys are on the schedule is because they couldn't find games either. So that's kind of the situation. And somebody say, oh, it's easy to make a schedule. You just call. Yeah, we got a list of about 30 schools that have said no. We actually have sat down as a staff, and so-and-so called so-and-so, 4 or 5 people. And it's a very hectic ordeal for us here at West Lauderdale.
Coach, you mentioned McGee, and I'm going to bring them up a little bit. Taylorsville is 1-4. Their only victory came against Bay Springs, but something, just definitely scares me about this about this 1A team. Number one, how the Tartars played the Knights last year in such a tight ball game, and number two, while they only have one win, they put up a pretty good fight against McGee, put up 36 points, and McGee's undefeated. Number three, they were off last week, and anytime you're off and you have 2 weeks to prepare, that's a little dangerous as well. Talk to us about what you know about the Tartars from Taylorsville.
Well, I know they had 4 kids that graduated off that team from last year, so the whole team is back basically. The numbers in that whole school has gone down. I talked with the principal last year before the ball game when we were looking for a place to go for pregame. Between pregame and going back, we didn't want to have to go back to the locker room. And anyway, she was referred to how the numbers were down and how the industries had closed down in that area, and that's where a lot of people were moving out. But the numbers are the only thing that's got them down. We've actually tried to figure this out before as a staff, and I think per capita, they put more people in college and NFL and not just football, but football, baseball, basketball. All those are historically male-rich programs. Mm-hmm. As far as I think there were several times they've actually won the state championship in baseball, football, and basketball all at the same time. And it's bred into the kids there. I don't know how many of them are still from some of the original families or whatnot, but I would think it would have to still be high. As far as what we've seen from them, quarterbacks back, wide receivers are back, running backs back. I know 2 of those 4 last year were injured and didn't play against us. So I believe last year they were 0 coming into this ball game also. But, they ended up going on, making it to the 3rd round of the playoffs in 2A. Like I said, just I've told people all week long, I don't think we will have played a more talented athletic group than the kids from Taylorsville tonight, as far as the 11 on the field. Now, the fact that those 11 are going to have to go a lot of snaps, hopefully we can work to our favor.
Coach, I know we're going to get to some things in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and knock this one out. Keys to win tonight and go 4-3 before getting back in division play next week. Again, turnovers has been huge. I know I said it last week, but I've talked to coaches all season long, and everybody's saying the same story. For some reason, turnovers are the issue this year with everybody. And they're always a big factor, but sometimes this season just feels like turnovers is the biggest factor with everybody. The team controls the football and doesn't turn it over. You look at last Saturday with Alabama and Vanderbilt. Controlling the football is huge, and that's what we're going to continue to try to do. It's what we've been very successful with doing here at West Lauderdale for a long time. Coach, I know that you've got your fundraiser going on again that just got started up. So tell us a little bit about what's on the ticket is 9th annual. You may be believing that it may be longer than that, but what you got going on again?
Okay, we've got our annual the 31 vouchers for 31 days in December, where these vouchers are good at the Rock House, Gun and Pawn. They're good at Back Porch, and they're good at Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, I believe. So, each day of the month of December, we pull a ticket every day and award these vouchers out. A lot of people have won. We've been doing it for a long time. I still have people every day come up to me, and every time we do this, I buy a ticket every year. I apologize for that. That's all I can tell you. Your luck may be a lot like mine. Right? Yeah, a lot of that luck may go like mine. I just don't have any. But anyway, so with the vouchers, I believe they're all $400 and $500 now. I'm not positive on that, but it's listed on the website for sure. But as far as on the tickets, you can get, they're $25 a piece. You can see any football player. I believe Commercial Bank has them in Collinsville. I know the Rock House and the Back Porch are both, have them available as well. Anyway, $25 for one ticket. If you spend $100 or you buy 4 tickets, you get a 5th ticket free. Or if you buy the book, it's $250, but you get 3 free tickets also with that. So, see these players, they've got them, all these players have them. If you work with a player's parent or so forth, please support these. This fundraiser has been really good for us here at West Lauderdale, and it is where we provide the bulk of our funds for our off season as far as the stuff that we have to have: weights, benches, bars. We're in bad need, Lee, as you walk through there every day. The turf is in terrible shape. So we've got some expenditures that we need to take care of, but those are just things that if you can see a player, please support this.
And I will say that this team has been blessed because of its supporters. You've seen a new field house, you've seen a new press box, you see the fantastic uniforms, and just continue to support the West Lauderdale Knight football team. And speaking of supporters, pregame meal.
Mitchell Tire, Sam and Amy Clark, and Mr. Tommy Alford all combined to help provide for this meal this week. These people make this so easy for us as coaches, as far as, it's something we don't have to worry about. We don't line it up. They send me a menu the first of the week. The moms do. Miss Tanya Vaughn, who heads up all this and does a fabulous job of it, sends me a menu, and all we do is approve it and show up. And I'm so thankful to these parents that come and help cook and help provide the meals, serve the meals. It's just truly a blessing.
Once again, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, Lee.
That wraps up your All-Star Team Sports Coaches Show with the head coach of the football team here at West Lauderdale, Coach Brock Clay. Coming up, we got your pregame show. We'll run down the starters for both teams and get you a little more up-to-date on the Taylorsville Tartars, as the West Lauderdale Knights will be taking on the Tartars from 1A. Coming up next here on Q101.
When it comes to football supplies and equipment, there's only one place: All-Star Team Sports. Let All-Star Team Sports protect your football player with shoulder pads, helmets, arm sleeves, mouth guards, and more. Want to support your favorite teams? All-Star Team Sports has a great selection of spirit wear, including shirts, hats, sweats, and more. So whether it's a 40-yard run for a first down or a touchdown dance in the end zone, your player will look like an all-star with All-Star Team Sports.
1124th Avenue in Meridian.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years, Battery One Source is your source for auto, motorcycle, marine, and lawn and garden batteries. But don't buy before you let them check your old battery. Absolutely free. If your golf cart needs to be repaired, or maybe you want to add some accessories, Battery One Source does that too. And with over 20 years experience in cell phone repairs, they are your cell phone and iPad repair headquarters. Battery One Source, located at 2618 North Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
Hey, Knights fans, it's game time. This season, don't just cheer for victory, score a winning smile with Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of the West Lauderdale Knights. Get your smile in the game and show off your team spirit. Call Douglas Orthodontics today and tackle those orthodontic needs. Score a winning smile this season at Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics, where champions get their smile.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save. In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today, located at 4542 Poplar Springs Drive. Call 601-483-7743 for a quote on auto, homeowners, condo, renters, personal articles, business, life, and health insurance. State Farm agent Chris McDonald is a proud supporter of the West Lauderdale Knight football team.
Go Knights!
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Show your West Lauderdale spirit while benefiting the school with a School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. Go Knights! Use your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card as a credit transaction, and for every signature purchase, the Citizens Bank will donate 5 cents to the school. Boost your school spirit with every purchase by using your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. See Mike Shelby and the staff in Collinsville at the Citizens Bank, or call 601-626-7608. Member FDIC.
With just minutes away from kickoff, here's Leanne Clint with a preview of tonight's matchup on our official pregame show powered by Battery One Source and Q101.
We are here at the Kingdom getting ready here in about 13 minutes to kick off. Your Knights are going to play host tonight to the Tartars of Taylorsville. Approximately an hour and a half due west of here. But before we do that, we are just seconds away from our national anthem. But Lee, what do you think so far about the game when we're getting ready to start?
Well, and once again, we may pause just momentarily for the national anthem, but Taylorsville coming in here from 1A, a powerhouse from 1A. They may have a 1-4 record coming into tonight's action, but you go back to last year, winless going into division play and went into the third round of the Class 1A playoffs. So just to get you caught up, they started the season at Mize, lost 33-0. Then played Bay Springs, defeated Bay Springs 32-14. Lost against Raleigh 26-12. Simpson Academy lost to them 40-14. And then against McGee, I want to remind you, They lost against McGee. McGee is undefeated this season. They put up 36 points against McGee. However, they gave up 61. But go back and look at the beginning of the season. Yes, beginning of the season, definitely hurt by cramps and everything. But West Lauderdale was only able to put up 13 points against McGee. So that's the only common opponent between the two schools. But while we did do a lot better defensively, we couldn't muster up much offense against McGee. So you have to definitely look at that as far as how dangerous their offense can be.
Well, what you run into whenever you're talking about a 1A school, especially a 1A school like Taylorsville that is surrounded by larger schools, you don't really have anywhere to go but up when you talk about your non-conference schedule. So it is misleading to think about your opponent being – 1-4, and because the simple truth is the 4 losses are really all 5 of the games have been from non-1A schools, and you can't get lower than that. So they've been playing bigger schools. I mean, even Simpson Academy, which is MAIS, which is a private school. I mean, that is a perennial state championship contending private school who actually tonight is playing on the other side of the county against Lamar School.
I do take that back. They were before they went into division play. They were 2-5 last year against teams before their district play, but they went undefeated during their district. They beat Stringer 46-0. They beat Mount Olive 35-0. Then they beat Leake County 64-8 last year. En route to their third round of the playoffs. Actually, they went into the fourth round of the playoffs, and lost against Velma Jackson in the semifinals. So that's how dangerous a team this is.
Yeah, they got beat in the 1A South State Championship game last season. And Coach Clay talked about it during the coaches show that they graduated 4 players, Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, they are basically the same team we faced last year and just as dangerous, if not more so. And this is a team that while we were able to pull ahead there late in the game, I mean, they were within a one score of us for a majority of the game.
It was like everything that we did, they would come right back and do as well. And something, Clint, that I really want to note before we take our next break, and don't forget this is the pregame show being brought to you by Battery One Source. But one thing I want to note is just the history for Taylorsville. You go back and definitely we have done a great job with wins and losses here this decade and the previous couple of decades. But the most wins we've had in a decade is 79, and that was back 2000 to 2009. And we will, if we go through the same similar years over the next few years, we'll probably surpass that this year. But I don't think we'll get to what Taylorsville has done. Between 2010 and 2019, 114 wins. 114 wins. Look at that by season.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm sitting there looking at. I mean, that comes down to over 10 wins a season.
That's amazing.
It really is. And you look at their district championships. I mean, we'll just go back to 2010. We'll go back 14 years. They won the district championship in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 23. State championships, 2017, 2019, 2020. This is a team, this is a school, this is a community that is accustomed to winning.
Right.
They expect to win no matter whom they are playing. I told you that they are surrounded by larger schools, so that's who they play, and they still were able to rack up this kind of record. I mean, they are – it doesn't matter who they're lining up against. If they get beat, they're disappointed. They're not looking for more victories. They're looking for victories on the scoreboard.
We're going to take a quick break, come right back with your starters for the West Lauderdale Knights as we are just moments away from kicking off high school action against the Taylorsville Tartars and the West Lauderdale Knights. Once again, the pregame show being brought to you by Battery One Source. Over there with John Dufour and the fine folks. Once again, Battery One Source. We're coming back once again with more of your pregame show, and your FCA Pep Talk is next, being brought to you by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville on Q101.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years, Battery One Source is your source for auto, motorcycle, marine, and lawn and garden batteries. But don't buy before you let them check your old battery. Absolutely free. If your golf cart needs to be repaired or maybe you want to add some accessories, Battery One Source does that too. And with over 20 years experience in cell phone repairs, they are your cell phone and iPad repair headquarters. Battery One Source, located at 2618 North Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
We'll score a touchdown on great deals at Family Flea Market on B Street in Meridian. With over 200 vendors and over 52,000 square feet of shoppable space, where you're guaranteed to find something for the whole family. Family Flea Market carries a wide variety of items, including new and used furniture, home decor, vintage items, mattresses, toys, and more. Come shop with us at Family Flea Market on B Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. You're guaranteed to score great deals. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages.
You want the best of the best on your team, which is why you should interview a Regions business banker. And don't throw us any softball questions. Ask, what feedback do you get about your responsiveness and personal service? What makes you different from other bankers? We'll also be happy to tell you about our award-winning customer service. But the proof is in getting to know us. Give a Regions banker the opportunity to really wow you. Call 1-800-833-9776 or visit regions.com/interview to get started. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to football supplies and equipment, there's only one place: All-Star Team Sports. Let All-Star Team Sports protect your football player with shoulder pads, helmets, arm sleeves, mouth guards, and more. Want to support your favorite teams? All-Star Team Sports has a great selection of spirit wear, including shirts, hats, sweats, and more. So whether it's a 40-yard run for a first down or a touchdown dance in the end zone, your player will look like an all-star with All-Star Team Sports.
1100 24th Avenue in Meridian.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Now, with your more FCA Pep Talk, sponsored by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville on Q101.
During my junior year of high school, we got a new football coach. I remember there was so much excitement about the future of our football program that around 70 guys came out to be a part of the team, nearly doubling the size of the team from the previous year. After the first week or so of doing spring training, the number began to dwindle fast. Within just 2 weeks, we went from a full locker room with around 70 guys to around 40 guys. The time in the weight room, the difficulty of conditioning, and the lengthy practices were enough to drive many of them away. There were many who said they wanted to be a part of the team, but when they experienced the cost of being a part of the team, they were unwilling. To be a part of any sports team requires that one makes tremendous sacrifices such as time, convenience, and comfort. In Luke 9:23, Jesus said, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." He then would go on to challenge his disciples to count the cost of following him. He wanted his disciples to understand the sacrifices they'd have to make as they followed him. If they were going to be on his team, it would be costly. There's no way to follow Jesus without it costing you something. It'll cost us relationships and comfort, and ultimately it'll cost us our own will as we deny ourselves and take up our cross to follow him. What we find, though, is that as we lay our lives down for Christ, submitting to his will and his way, we'll discover what it truly means to have new life in Christ. In what way is Jesus asking you to deny yourself today? Is there something in your life that's getting in the way of a deeper relationship with the Lord? Lay it down today and discover the peace that's found in submitting to God's will. His way is truly best.
Tune in next week for another FCA Pep Talk on Q101. WJDQ Meridian and Collinsville. We are Q101. And on Friday nights, we turn into your West Lauderdale Knights football connection. Interception, West Lauderdale. Now, let's send it back to the field with Lee and Clint on your hit music connection. Q101.
And welcome back to the pregame show being brought to you by Battery One Source as we're moments away from kicking off West Lauderdale night action here on Q101 as the Knights are taking on 1A powerhouse Taylorsville Tartars. Middle of that W is flooded with captains right now. And Clint, who do we have as far as captains go tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Tartars of Taylorsville, your captains are going to be number 3, Rico Crosby, number 6, Elon Brown, number 10, Laza Beavers, and number 13, Jakeem Hilton. For your hometown Knights of West Lauderdale, we have out there number 45, Sam Wansley, number 7, Caden Peoples, number 12, Jack Davidson, and number 19, Ben Cockrell. They are flipping the coin right now, so we'll give you the results of it here in just 1 second. Lee, you want to go over some starters for West?
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We were not able to get the starters. I do have the starting quarterback, and you mentioned his name a few moments ago. We're going to actually help you out with that name for the starting quarterback, number 10. They call him Zay.
Zay, okay.
Zay for short, Zay Beavers. So we'll be saying that name out quite a bit tonight. But as far as your Knights offensively, it goes like this. And we're going to start off offensively because there's a little change made to the defensive formation for the West Lauderdale Knights. Of course, Caden Peoples, your starting quarterback, number 7. Running back, is number 6, Travion Mosley, who is about 650 yards into the season so far. We'll kind of keep you up to date on that. Number 5, Chase Gathings. Number 4, Ashton Radcliffe are your receivers. Kendall Gaddy getting another start there at H-back, number 23. Sam Wansley is your tight end, number 45. He was one of the captains tonight. And your offensive line goes like this. Malachi Thompson, number 73, is at the center. Surrounding him on the guards, left guard, number 51, Bryson Alford, and number 62, Ray Spence. And on the outside of that offensive line, left tackle, 61, Wyatt Spence. And then right tackle, number 68, Aiden Greenlee. I believe we do have the information on the coin toss. Clint?
Yeah, it looks like Taylorsville won the coin toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So your Knights, West Lauderdale, will be taking the opening kickoff. If you are looking at your radio, they are going to be moving right to left when they take over on offense here in just a couple minutes.
All right, I made a mention of the defensive formation, little change, and this is not really anything new to a Brock Clay defense, Coach Brock Clay defense, because he's been used to that 3-3 stack before, and that's what I believe they're going to be running tonight for the defense for the West Lauderdale Knights. What a 3-3 stack is 3 defensive line, 3 linebackers, and then 5 DBs. You'll have a free safety back there in the backfield, man and everything. But here are your 3 down defensive linemen. Number 76, Sean Cole. Number 63, Michael Carroll. Number 55, Ross Clearman. Linebackers, number 2, Javion Wilson. Number 8, Cody Pickford. Number 12, Jack Davidson. And now your backfield, your DBs tonight. Number 15, Cameron Vaughn. Number 16, C.J. Gathings. Number 17, Cooper Lafferty. Number 19, a captain tonight, Ben Cockrell. And then number 11, Cohen Peoples. And those are your starting lineup. That's your starting lineup for the West Lauderdale Knights offense as well as defense. And looking over this roster for Taylorsville, you got to think, as far as numbers go, if you look down that roster, and you know as well as I do, where you look at an offensive lineman and you pretty much know their number, right? It's a 50 or a 60 or a 70. I think they have only 6 names listed in the 50 range.
Actually, they're going to have
7?
50, 51, 2, 3, 4. They have 7, yes.
So, I mean, you've got to think they're going both ways as an offensive and defensive lineman. When you're playing other schools that do the same thing, definitely that's competitive. But
well, and what you're going to run into, Lee, and you've talked about this a little bit, talking about the defense that West Lauderdale is going to run, and the reason why they're transitioning to that for tonight is because Taylorsville runs a lot of that 4-wide spread with a running back, and they pass out of that, and so you've got to have the personnel to match. And the reason why we're looking at that coming out of Taylorsville is, like I said, they are not that big. They are going to be quick, they're fast, and so they're going to try to outrun you. They're going to try to outquick you to the point where they're going to be throwing the ball around a lot. And so, like I said, West Lauderdale kind of transitioned their defensive formations a little bit to try to match that.
That's going to put a wraps on the pregame show, being brought to you by Battery One Source with John Dufour and the fine folks. Once again, West Lauderdale going to be receiving the football after Taylorsville won the coin toss. West Lauderdale moving right to left on your radio as they're wearing black on black on black, while Taylorsville wearing their black helmet with green T on the side and white jerseys with a green and yellow stripe down their shoulders, as well as white pants with that same green and white stripe down each of their sides as well. Number 8 for the Tartars, Trey Barnes, Jr., putting toe to leather. Deep kick, going to come down around the 25, 23, 4-yard line. I believe that's Chase Gathings with the football to the 35, passes the 40 to about the 42-yard line, Clint.
Yeah, good strong return there and able to take it, not a super deep kickoff. It was a long kickoff. A lot of times you'll see the little pooch kicks come down around the 40, but an attempt to kick long, but he was able to field it right there around the 23-yard line and have about a 20-yard return to get out to the 42.
So the Knights break huddle on the sideline. Going to have 2 receivers to this near side. Your kick returner is your starting wide left, Chase Gathings. Radcliffe in the slot there, hands the ball off to Travion Mosley and gets up to the midfield. An 8-yard gain on first down brings up 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight. Like I told you, Taylorsville is quick. They're going to try to outrun you. They are not going to outsize you. And so West Lauderdale looking at the size deficiency between the offense and defensive lines. They're just going to try to pound it down the throat. I mean, we're going to see a heavy dose of Mosley, a heavy dose of just running it between the tackles and see what we can get out of it.
Same formation, 2nd down and 2. And same play. Travion Mosley with the handoff. Gets into Tartar territory down to around the 40-yard line.
I think they're going to give him credit for a 9-yard carry. No, they're going to give him full 10. They marked it on the 40. Good call, Lee. But again, just you've run 2 plays between the tackles and you've picked up 18 yards.
Try to get you some up-to-minute or up-to-date season stats during halftime tonight, as Travion Mosley has turned in 2 straight outstanding ball games on the ground. KP hands off to Travion, comes to this near side, not anything there, as he'll actually lose a few yards.
Yeah, they're going to give him a 5-yard loss on that, Lee. And again, that was one of those, they were just stacking. There was about 8 guys in the box. They knew that they were going to try to run it there and shot through the gap and was there to meet him at contact. But 2nd down and 15 on the Tartar 45-yard line.
So 3 straight plays Heavy dose of Travion Mosley. First two went to the right. Positive gain. One to the left. Not so much. Pistol formation now.
But I'm sitting there looking at the Tartar defense. They have 8 guys within 5 yards.
Handoff go. No, KP with the quarterback keeper, and he loses the football. Loses the football, and I believe West Lauderdale will come back on top of it. Initially, it looked like the Tartars did get back on top of it, but I believe no.
Tartar got it.
Tartars got it. So just like last week, a mistake on the first drive of the game for West Lauderdale. This same way, may have been a few plays into the drive, but the Knights turning the ball over on their first offensive series.
The great equalizer amongst teams is the turnover battle. I don't care how strong you are offensively, if you turn it over.
That was one of the keys that Coach Brock Clay mentioned.
I was going to say Coach Clay mentioned that during the coaching show earlier.
So the Tartars, great field position on the Knight 48-yard line after that fumble. Handoff to number 20. Gets eat up right there at the line of scrimmage. Actually might have lost a foot or two. That was Tayshawn Scott with the football there. Sophomore running back.
And then there was a whole herd of black jerseys there. I mean, not a solo tackle. It was a gang tackle. So good job by the defensive line to shoot through those gaps to be able to meet him basically as soon as he got the handoff, and there was just nothing for him to get.
So we have a senior quarterback, number 10, Zay Beavers is his name. Running back Tayshawn Scott is on his left-hand side. Trip set on that far side, on the left-hand side, and one single receiver here to this near side. Once again, Tartars moving left to right. Back to pass is Beavers, and he'll take off with it. He's to the 45, to the 40, outside the numbers to the 35, 34-yard line. Stays on his feet to the 34-yard line.
And we're going to see that some too, and that's what they do. If they are going to be successful in running the ball, they are going to spread the defense out as much as they possibly can. Like I said, you had 3 wide receivers in a trip bunch to the far side. You had one on the near side. You had a running back to help kind of as a lead blocker, and then he was gone.
1st and 10 for the Tartars. Same formation, throwing. The flat there to the far side, number 9 with the reception. And that is Trent Clark, junior receiver, enough for about 6 yards, maybe 5, but I believe it's going to be second down 5 to go.
Yeah, they're going to mark him down right there at the West Lauderdale 29-yard line. So successful pitch and catch there by the quarterback wide receiver duo of Taylorsville to make it second down and 5.
Double receiver set on each side of the line for Beavers. Shotgun formation, doesn't have a running back to his left. Second down 5, looking over the field, looking to pass. Flush from the pocket, comes to this near side, pointing to his receivers to get downfield. Does have a receiver, but goes out of bounds. We're going to
have a holding call there right around the 35-yard line. It was pretty obvious. Defensive end for West Lauderdale, basically bull rushing the tackle. Had an open lane on the quarterback on Zay Beavers, but a hold to protect him.
If you're just now joining us, 8:07 here in the first quarter. Knights did have the ball first, however, got into the Tartar territory and fumbled the football back into Knight territory. And here we are with the Taylorsville Tartars on the move. Moved the ball quite well until that holding penalty. Moves the ball back to the 39-yard line of the Knights.
Yeah, that's going to bring up second down, repeating the down, second down and 15. And that pass, I'm sure you noticed it, Lee, while the hold negated the whole play anyways, it was nowhere close to being inbounds. I don't know if he was trying to throw it away or if he just had a horrible misthrow on that.
Second down 15 to go. Beavers looking over the field, throws it deep. He's got number 8 in stride. Touchdown, Taylorsville.
Like I said, quick on the outside, Lee. Those receivers are fast.
It's a 39-yard strike. Number 8 comes down with it. Trey Barnes, junior receiver for Taylorsville, and Taylorsville scores first tonight, and that's points off turnovers. That's what you got to do with them, right?
Absolutely. If you're going to give a gift like Taylorsville got starting in West Lauderdale territory, and they are lining up to go for 2, Lee, they are not going to kick the extra point. Still in that 4-wide set.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Got to make sure you keep that middle closed, and that's definitely what's going on. Quarterback is shooting for that, and he gets in there.
Oh, he fumbled it. No, I don't know that he crossed the goal. Yeah, they're going to say no good. He fumbled it before he crossed the plane, Lee.
So no good on that. It's going to remain 6-0. 8 minutes left here to play in the first quarter. We'll be back after this on Q101.
You'll score a touchdown on great deals at Family Flea Market on B Street in Meridian. With over 200 vendors and over 52,000 square feet of shoppable space where you're guaranteed to find something for the whole family. Family Flea Market carries a wide variety of items, including new and used furniture, home decor, vintage items, mattresses, toys, and more. Come shop with us at Family Flea Market on B Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. You're guaranteed to score great deals. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages.
You're listening to West Lauderdale Night Football.
We're the West Lauderdale Cheerleaders. We love Q101.
Well, back once again after a 39-yard strike from Zay Beavers to Trey Barnes. The Taylorsville Tartars get up on the Knights by 6. Extra point attempt, 2-point conversion attempt. Went on the ground. Here's a kickoff return. Gets up to about the 32-yard line. Basically has to jump on top of it around the 32, maybe 33-yard line. But the Knights just have to settle back down and play the game like they were playing earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of plays, a lot of success on the ground. And then the Tartars began stacking the box and forced a couple of losses. And on that second one, Caden Peoples trying to make something out of nothing. Ended up having to put the ball on the ground and turning it over.
Can't let that affect you, right?
Absolutely not. You got a short memory. You get ready for the next drive, next play.
Moving right to left, single receiver set, and that's Chase Gathings. Handoff to Travion, and they're keying on that. But Travion continues to move his legs, and that's impressive. Especially how small Travion is to carry a pile like that. And he's carried about 6 yards. But that's impressive for a small guy like that to do.
Absolutely. Your offensive line giving you just a little bit of a room, and Mosley, being the little scat back, the running back that he is, able to find a hole and pick up good positive yardage, make it second down and very manageable.
Ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. Knights coming in here 3-3, while the Taylorsville Tartars 1-4. Yeah, KP with the quarterback keeper finds a lane and takes off to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. This may be coming back. There is definitely some action going on back here around the 40-yard line. This is going to be, I believe, after the first down is made, however, but it's going to be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a hold against West Lauderdale well downfield. Again, even after the yardage is marked off, it should be enough for a first down, but still you hate that that hold's going to negate about 30 yards off that carry.
So it looks like it's going to be marked off from the Taylorsville 39-yard line. Yes, holding Knights. And they'll place it on the Tartar 49-yard line. Knights moving right to left.
Again, right around the part of the field that we were on last time whenever we turned it over. So hopefully protecting the ball a little better, picking up positive yardage and get downfield and matching up or taking the lead here.
Tartars lead 6-0, 39-yard strike from the quarterback Beavers to Barnes.
KP, we were looking at some stats earlier. This is after 6 games. He's well over 500 yards on the ground. So having a good, solid season.
Travion with the handoff. Travion gets into the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 4 yards. Going to bring up second down, 6.
Number 13 on the tackle, that is Hilton once again. Second down and 6.
Knights are out of district play tonight. We'll be back against Northeast Lauderdale next week.
But before we, as a state, picked up that 7A, that 7th classification, normally you would start playing district play around week 5 and you wouldn't look back. I mean, that would be it.
2 receivers right, pistol formation. KP, handoff goes right up the middle to Travion. Travion will get to the 42-yard line. It's going to be third down and short, third down 3.
Again, very, very, very manageable here, and that's what you're doing when you realize that you've got the advantage on the line, you've got the advantage, basically offense to defense. You're willing to pick up 3, 4, 5 yards on the carry and just keep going at it. Because eventually your defensive line, the linebackers, they get a little bit worn down, and that's when you spring the big run on them.
2 receivers right. Radcliffe and Gathings to the right. pistol formation. Travion Mosley with the handoff. Mosley open field, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, West Lauderdale.
Again, able to bounce that one outside just off right tackle, and there was nothing but green grass. He had the corner, he had the edge, and nobody was going to catch him out there.
How about this? 2 big scoring plays, one for each team. A 39-yard strike for Taylorsville, a 42-yard run for West Lauderdale.
Looks like West Lauderdale going to line up for the extra point. They're going to attempt to take that 1-point lead.
Waiting the snap. There's snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. Zane Wood is good. So Knights take a 1-point advantage, 7-6 with 5:27 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back on Q101.
You want the best of the best on your team, which is why you should interview a Regions business banker. And don't throw us any softball questions. Ask, what feedback do you get about your responsiveness and personal service? What makes you different from other bankers? We'll also be happy to tell you about our award-winning customer service. But the proof is in getting to know us. Give a Regions banker the opportunity to really wow you. Call 1-800-833-9776 or visit regions.com/interview to get started. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Now, more play-by-play of West Lauderdale football with Lee Taylor on Q101.
Hey, Lee, did you ever watch the Disney movie, the soccer movie that came out in the mid-'90s? It's called
With the dog?
No, they had a goat, I think was the animal.
Okay.
But it starred the kid who played the catcher for the Sandlot.
Okay.
It's called The Big Green. And so I'm looking at the sign over there. It's just called, it says Go Big Green.
So now you're going to want me to go watch it. All right, kickoff here. 32-yard line, comes up to the 38, 39-yard line. No, he's still scrambling around. 40, 41.
Yeah, he was fighting. He never did go down until they got him down at the 41-yard line. So
don't you love dramatics?
I'm more of a comedy guy. Although this time of the year I've been watching some horror movies, but yeah.
If you were watching on our YouTube channel for West Lauderdale Athletics, there was a gentleman that, kind of little drama course, I'm sure, has been in his veins. So the Tartars with a 39-yard strike to get on the board first. Extra point was no good. The Knights, 42-yard run from Travion Mosley. Extra point was good. And so that's where we stand. 7-6 is your score. Tartars, second drive. Beavers looking over the field, passing, gets them on one in the flat there. I believe that's to number 9 for the Taylorsville Tartars, and it is a first down into Knight territory all the way down to the 41-yard line. That is number 9, Trent Clark, with the reception. And a big strike there from first down.
All right, Lee, I don't have this stat in front of me. I may have to check with our man Didi behind me in a minute to verify this, but I don't know that they've had one traditional run. They had a quarterback scramble.
Well, and
that's it. Everything else has been in the air. Again, they're spreading you wide. They're gonna try to pick you to death.
Speaking of spreading, 3 receivers to this near side, 2 to the far side. Looking to pass, makes the connection to number 8 coming to this near side, and he is going to have another Taylorsville first down and more to the 20, inside the 20 to the 15. Ball comes free, but it goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
They've got some big wide receivers, some fast wide receivers that are quick, and they are going to make some jukes, make some moves that are going to you've got to square up and tackle straight on. If you try to arm tackle, they're going to get past you.
Well, that was Barnes there, the one that had the touchdown earlier tonight, number 8. 2 receivers on the near side, and Clark and Barnes on this near side. 3 receivers on the far side. There's the Beavers quarterback, and makes the connection, and there will be a false start. Would initially have been a completion to that far side, number 7, but the false start will negate that.
So one thing about it is Zay Beavers, he's having to get rid of the ball quick. The defensive line is getting pressure on him, just not quite able to get to him in time. I mean, the touchdown pass is really the only one that he's thrown downfield. Everything else has been, within 5, 6, 7 yards. And finding success in that strategy.
Same formation for Beavers. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, looks to the left, comes back to the right, flush from the pocket, goes off to that far side, to the left side, directing his traffic, and throws it, heaves it up to the end zone, and does it come down with it? Yes. No, he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Referee says pushed out of bounds. However, those players are just livid, thinking he came down in bounds with it.
So he definitely came down with it, but it did appear. Now, we are on the opposite side of the field, so, I mean, about 100 yards separating us from the viewpoint, but it looks like he came down out of bounds. And also, again, the pressure on the quarterback, Beavers, he took a shot there whenever he released that ball. He basically just threw up a prayer, hoping, the good things happened.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down, 15 from the 20-yard line of the Knights. First drive for the Tartars ended in a 39-yard touchdown pass, and we've definitely seen a lot of talent on that quarterback and receiver side.
1 second left on that play clock. That's going to be a delay game.
They did not call it. Looking to pass, finds his connection, and gets tackled immediately, but it's a 5-yard pickup.
Let him
bring
go.
up 3rd down and 10 for the Tartars. And I'm not sure. We didn't see much of their warm-ups, but I don't remember seeing much kicks attempts in practice for the Tartars.
Yeah, I'm like you, Lee. I did watch a lot of their warm-ups, and I don't know that I remember a field goal attempt being made. And maybe that's why they went for 2. Maybe they just don't kick.
So 3rd down and 10.
I don't know how that wasn't called a delay game.
No. Trip set to that left, 1 receiver to this near side, and now they'll move their running back in motion. Beavers looking to pass, flush from the pocket, still running, still moving, and finds a receiver it's incomplete.
Yeah. Great defense there on the back end. Great coverage to knock that ball away. And we're going to find out, Lee, this is 4th and 10 from the 15-yard line. So most kickers is within their range, and I don't see a kicker coming on the field.
Looks like they're going to be going for it unless they have a kicker.
You typically don't line up in 4 wide.
No. Does have a running back to his right. 4th down and 10. Here we go from the 15-yard line. Trying to draw the defense off sides, but he'll actually get his offense to jump, and that'll back him up 5 yards. So 4th down, 15 coming up.
Let's be honest, Lee, he was going to find a way to throw it in the end zone anyways. So.
Well, you can get a 1st down.
You absolutely can. I mean, down at the 5-yard line.
But I don't know if that's where they're going to be shooting for. Everything else, except completion-wise, the only thing that, and I think you made a notion of this, everything's been in the flat.
Yeah, I mean, he's thrown a couple deep, but it's fallen incomplete, thrown out of bounds, and then you've got that 1 touchdown pass, but everything else has.
Here we go, 4th down, 15. Quarterback Beavers looking to pass. Those deep. He's got a receiver, and does he make? Yes, and that'll be a touchdown. Defender was away, just not in the right position, and Beavers made him pay. So the Tartars go up 12-7, and again, going to be going for the extra point, 2-point conversion, excuse me.
Yeah, the defense is going to have to find a way to slow this pass game down, or we're going to be in, for lack of a better phrase, a shootout.
And that's what it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
3 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. Does have a running back to his right. Looking to pass, going right back to him, and incomplete. Incomplete will keep it at 12. So the Knights, once again, gives up another passing touchdown. The Tartars take the lead 12-7. 3:29 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back on Q101.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Q101, your home for West Lauderdale Knights football.
Well, 4 out of 5 ball games this year, Taylorsville has scored 14 or less points. Already 12 in the first quarter against your West Lauderdale Knights. The score is 12-7, 2 passing touchdowns for Beavers. 2 extra point attempts, no good. That keeps the score at 12-7. Knights with their 3rd possession coming your way. Going to come down to the 10, the kickoff return to the 15, to the 20, 25, 27-yard line.
So I did just go back and look, Lee. They have run 10 offensive plays. One rush by the quarterback, went for 14. One by more of a traditional running play by the running back, went for no gain. And they are 6 for 8 for 2 touchdowns in the air.
Knights break huddle on the sideline, actually going to have the ball at the 28, their own 28-yard line. First drive ended in a fumble. Second drive ended in a 42-yard touchdown run by Travion Mosley. Mosley is to the right of KP, and KP looking to pass. Finds his receiver, Chase Gathings. Gathings to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 44, yard line. No, they're going to actually have him pass the 45 to the 46-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch there.
That's what you're going to have to do, Lee. Whenever you were stacking 7, 8, 9 guys in the box, I mean, just something to force them to spread out and to respect the pass.
Yeah.
That was the first pass attempt, I believe, by Peoples for the Knights, and a good one. Again, 1 for 1 for, what are we going to say, 17 yards?
Yeah, they put it on the 45.
Yeah.
2 receivers right. Mosley to the right of KP, and he'll get the handoff. Comes to this near side and gets up to the 49-yard line. Gain of 4.
Yeah, the defense there doing a good job of shooting into those holes and not giving up the big run, but still good, solid, positive yardage. Bring up second down in mid-range, second down and 6 for the Knights. Almost crossing in that midfield line.
Again, each drive, first 2 drives, one ended in a touchdown. The other one got into Tartar territory before we put the ball on the ground. So able to move the football. Pistol formation now for KP. Travion with a handoff. Goes right up the gut. And Travion's going to get to the 46-yard line. 2 yards. No, about a yard. And we'll wait till the bodies move out of the way. About 2 yards away. 3rd down and 2 as they'll put the ball on the 47-yard line of the Tartars.
Again, just moving it, picking up solid yardage, making that 3rd down and manageable. And depending on what happens here, I mean, you got to think you'll be able to pick up the yards to gain, but most likely going to be in 4-down territory, barring a massive loss of yardage here if you don't pick it up.
KP will go under center in an I formation. Kendall Gaddy is right behind him. He'll get the call. Kendall Gaddy, I'm not sure how many carries he's had this season. That is a first down for the Knights, but he made it look easy right there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be about a 3-yard carry. The lead needed to pick up 2 to get to the 45. They're going to mark him on the 44, so good job getting that first down.
First down, once again, being brought to you by All-Star Team Sports. I do apologize for that, All-Star. Jason Combs and the fine bunch over there. First down and 10 from the 44. Lone receiver out to this near side is Ashton Ratcliffe, but getting the carry is Mosley. Mosley inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. It'll be about 4 yards shy of a first down, so second down and 4.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about what the offense is trying to do here. They're just lining it up and running it at them and having a lot of success with it, too.
Closing seconds of the first quarter. Once again, the score is 12-7 in favor of the Taylorsville Tartars. Knights break huddle, have Ratcliffe, lone receiver to this near side. And Mosley KP with the run. Quarterback carry.
Tripped up, or he was going home with it.
It is a first down made to the 30-yard line. First down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports.
By the way, Lee, I'm proud of you, man. You haven't mispronounced the mascot for Taylorsville yet.
Night's not over.
You spent like 3 quarters last year calling them the Tartars.
I think I got that from somebody else, and it just stuck in my head.
Yeah, trust me, I know. Hey, I cringed every time.
Yeah, it's like home. First and 10 for the Knights on the Tartar 30. Handoff to Travion. Travion gets inside the 25. He's still on his feet as he's still trucking forward to about the 24, maybe even 23-yard line. We'll see where the official marks it.
That's going to be the last play of the first quarter, Lee. The buzzer's about to go off right there.
That completes the first 12 minutes. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Let the team swap sides. The score is 12-7 Taylorsville. However, the Knights are moving. We'll come right back with the second quarter after 30 seconds on Q101.
Show your West Lauderdale spirit while benefiting the school with a School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. Go Knights! Use your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card as a credit transaction, and for every signature purchase, the Citizens Bank will donate 5 cents to the school. Boost your school spirit with every purchase by using your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. See Mike Shelby and the staff in Collinsville at the Citizens Bank or call 601-626-7608. Member FDIC.
More Friday Nights Under the Lights with the Knights are here on Q101.
Welcome back to West Lauderdale football. 12 minutes in the books, 12 minutes remain in the first half. The Knights climbing uphill a little bit against 1A powerhouse Taylorsville Tartars, 12-7. I say climbing uphill. It's just you do something good on offense, and they do something good as well, and that's the way it was last year. And there are those teams, right? There's those teams that just play you well, right?
Yeah, and Taylorsville is going to do that to you. They are scrappy. They have a lot of fight in them. And it's like I told you during pregame. You know, you look at their history. They are a ball team that is accustomed to winning.
2 receivers to this near side for KP and the Knights. 2nd down and 4 as they are on the Taylorsville 24-yard line. Moving left to right now. Travion Mosley with the carry. Mosley to the 20. Mosley to the 15. 10-5 touchdown, West Lauderdale. Wait an answer with that for a 24-yard touchdown carry.
Getting ready to, already with a 1-point lead, getting ready to kick the extra point to hopefully take a 2-point lead.
Zane Wood, who has been spectacular this year. Holder is Ashton Radcliffe. Awaiting the snap.
Has Radcliffe been the holder all year?
No.
I didn't think so.
Cameron Vaughn was the holder, but he's got a cast. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it for the next couple weeks. There's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. Knights do go up by 2 by a score of 14-12. 11:53 remains here in the first half. We'll be back after 30 seconds on Q101.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years, Battery One Source is your source for auto, motorcycle, marine, and lawn and garden batteries. But don't buy before you let them check your old battery. Absolutely free. If your golf cart needs to be repaired or maybe you want to add some accessories, Battery One Source does that too. And with over 20 years experience in cell phone repairs, they are your cell phone and iPad repair headquarters. Battery One Source, located at 2618 North Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
Commercials done. And the action continues with West Lauderdale Night Football on Q101.
That was exciting.
Following a 24-yard touchdown run, the Knights will receive a onside, well, not an onside kick.
All right, so I'm curious about, I honestly don't know what the rule is here. He called for a fair catch. He was no way going to be able to back up and get it. The Knights were the first team to touch it in the air, so that might be a penalty against the Knights because I don't think you can do that. I think you have to let them, they either have to touch it first or it has to hit the ground.
I have to get clarification on that. Undoubtedly, the Knights know that
the defense is
out
out there,
on the field.
They know it too.
However, if you're not allowed, you can't just let a ball go because the receiving team can recover.
Like I said, I'm not real sure what the rule is, but
now here's what happened. Kickoff, Zane Wood kickoff, short kick comes down to the 40 in the air. Number 2 for the Knights, who is Javion Wilson, comes down with it, actually catches it in the air. Immediate penalty, and that's going to put the Tartars in Knight territory already.
So they called kick catch interference, which is a 15-yard penalty.
Penalties against the Knights, fair catch.
It's the equivalent of if you punt the ball, the punt return man calls a fair catch, and you hit him before the ball gets there. You're interfering with his ability to catch the kick.
So
while it was basically uncatchable from where the man was who called the fair catch, he still has to have first dibs. You have to let it hit the ground or hit him first.
Right. 2 drives in Knights territory. Tartars hands the ball off to number 20 and goes off to that far side. He's to the 40, to the 35, and he'll get a first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports, and he gets all the way down to the 33-yard line. Penalty of just a few moments ago, sponsored by Chris McDonald, State Farm Insurance agent. So the first drive for the Tartars turned into some points, but that was due to a turnover by the Knights. This one, it's the ball in the Knight territory off of a penalty, and now the Tartars in business on the 33-yard line. The Knights, 3 receivers to this near side before calling one of his guys in motion. Tartars will hand the ball off again to the same number 20 to Tayshawn Scott. Goes off to that far side, about a 3-yard pickup. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that was just a quick pitch, a little sweep off to the right side, and he picked up positive yardage. I think they're getting credit for a 4-yard carry there, lead, bring up 2nd and 6. But he got stood up over there on the far sideline. So, again, good, solid pickup, but he earned it there at the end.
Trying to get the Knights, I guess, off balance a little bit, where you've come out slinging it, and now you're sticking to the run a little bit in a couple plays. Now, here we go back to the pass. Beavers looking to pass, looking to this left side, and then finds a receiver, 17. Is that complete?
Yes,
it is at the 12-yard line. Another first down for the Tartars. Sponsored by All-Star Team Sports, and that is Noah Westbrook, a junior receiver. And the Knights just don't have an answer for this passing attack.
Yeah, that was a great job by Westbrook to go down and get that catch, to get his hands under the ball, secure it just off the ground.
10:33 remains here in the first half. Knights have a 2-point lead, 14-12 over Taylorsville, but Taylorsville threatening on the Knight 12-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Beavers looking to pass again, going right, finds a receiver number 8, finds the connection, and connection is made, and the receiver stays on his feet battling for a first down. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. 2nd down and 9, it looks to be. 2nd down and 1, excuse me.
You're right, Lee. They are just having all kind of success moving the ball downfield in the air.
Is it too much cushion?
I mean, that's a part of it, because it's like you said, I mean, other than a couple of balls, everything's been either in the flat or within 5 or 6 yards, and it's been a lot of cushion. But what you're going to run in now, Lee, is there's not a whole lot of field. You can't give much cushion.
Split back formation for Beavers and the Tartars, and he'll hand the ball off, and he goes right into the end zone. Number 2 is Ladarian King, and the Tartars retake the lead by a score of 18-14.
Yeah, that was very quick. That took them about just over 2 minutes to get the ball down there.
Well, it started at their own 45, or the Knight 45-yard line. And they're going to keep that same formation with that split back. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as well. 18-14, another handoff goes right up the middle, but he is met at the line of scrimmage, so it'll remain a 4-point lead, 18-14 with 9:33 left here in the first half. Knights back again on offense after 30 seconds on Q101.
Hey, Knights fans, it's game time. This season, don't just cheer for victory. Score a winning smile with Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of the West Lauderdale Knights. Get your smile in the game and show off your team spirit. Call Douglas Orthodontics today and tackle those orthodontic needs. Score a winning smile this season at Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics, where champions get their smile.
Now let's return to the field with live West Lauderdale football.
All right, welcome back here to the Kingdom. Trading leads here tonight within the first quarter and a half. Not even quite a quarter and a half. Knights and the Tartars. It's a battle. 18-14 now with Taylorsville taking a lead. Deep kick. Send the Knights back to the 6-yard line. I believe that's Mosley bringing it out. He's to the 20, 25, and he will get tackled from behind near the 30-yard line. I believe he's going to be just a couple yards shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I've been a little bit impressed by the kicking game, or at least the kickoff game for Taylorsville. They have gotten it down inside the 20 and this time inside the 10. I believe every time except one where he kind of topped and just kind of hit a little worm burner But still, that was fielded right at the 20 or 23-yard line, I believe. So good job by the kick team and also by the kick return team of West Lauderdale. They are not willing to get pinned deep. They are bringing it out every time, and right now out close to the 30.
Well, both teams have not had an answer for each other on defense. Let's hope that stays the same right now with this drive. Handoff goes to Travion Mosley. Mosley to the 30, Mosley to 35, 40, 45, midfield, 45, and out of bounds at the 44-yard line is where the official says. 44 of the Tartars. A big run there on
Absolutely,
the first down.
and that was just right between the right guard and tackle, and the O-line able to clear the path for him, and then he made a couple of moves on some defensive backs and sprung free for a big carry. What was that, 35 yards, give or take?
All the way from the 28
yeah.
to 44. Actually, 43-yard line. First down for the Knights. First down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. Into Tartar territory after one play. Two receivers to this near side. We have a timeout for Taylorsville. We'll stay here in action, Clint. The Knights are battling here. If you maybe say, okay, why are we having a 1A still hanging around? And we'd like to know too.
I was going to say, yeah, they are just having all kinds of success putting the ball in the air. And I told you, I was watching them warm up, and almost every time they were in that 4-wide set, which is what they are in a predominant amount of time, they were putting the ball in the air. And obviously Coach Clay and your coaching staff here at West Lauderdale, they saw that as well in the film for the previous games, which is why they shifted into that 3-3-5, adding an additional defensive back to try to defend against that. But right now, not a whole lot of answers. The biggest play of the game right now is the fumble by West Lauderdale early in the game, because right now it's looking like you give up a possession and it might cost you the game.
Knights electing to go to a I formation here with KP under center. And going to hand the ball off to Travion. Travion goes right up the middle, but clothesline about 2 yards after that, after getting past the line of scrimmage. You ever seen one of those just, I think they're called lariat clotheslines in the WWE, where he just takes him off his feet? Second down and 8, that's what that was. If you're listening at home, go and do a Google search, lariat clothesline, and see what comes up. That's what you just witnessed.
Yeah, he worked hard for those 2 yards, but he was stopped on the spot after he picked him up.
Move those two receivers off that far side. And snap. KP quarterback keeper goes to that far side. To the 35, to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Wait an answer.
Exactly what you needed there. Again, able to take it up the middle, pick up good yards, bounce it outside to his left, and nobody was going to catch him after that. So great job by the O-line to clear the path. Great job by KP to see the path that he needed to take and not slow down until they crossed pay dirt.
So the Knights retake the lead with 8:27 remaining here in the first half. Zane Wood about to put total leather. There's a snap. Hold is down. Flirting with that left upright, but I believe it's good. It is 21-18. We'll be back here on Q101.
When it comes to football supplies and equipment, there's only one place. All-Star Team Sports. Let All-Star Team Sports protect your football player with shoulder pads, helmets, arm sleeves, mouth guards, and more. Want to support your favorite teams? All-Star Team Sports has a great selection of spirit wear, including shirts, hats, sweats, and more. So whether it's a 40-yard run for a first down or a touchdown dance in the end zone, your player will look like an all-star with All-Star Team Sports.
1100 24th Avenue in Meridian. This is West Lauderdale football on Q101.
Welcome back to West Lauderdale football here at the Kingdom as the Knights and the Tartars just continually back and forth tonight. 8:27 remaining here in the first half, and it's Knights 21, Tartars 18. 2 weeks ago, the Tartars gave McGee all they could handle. McGee's undefeated this season so far, and Tartars put up 36 points against them. We're seeing why now. Tartars with the run back from the 12 to the 15 to the 20, 25-yard line, 30, 35, 40 to the 41-yard line. Nice run back for the Tartars.
The return men had to draw back about 10 yards. They were not expecting Zane would kick it deep like he did. And so basically on his back foot, able to catch that kick, like you said, Lee, between the 10 and 15, right there around the 12, 13-yard line. And just that dude's got some wheels on him. He's very quick, able to get out to the 40-yard line before being brought down. But that is where the Tartars will take over 1st and 10 on the Knight 40-yard line. And we'll see what they do here. But line in that 4 wide, 3 trips to the near side, 1 to the far.
Quarterback Beavers looking to pass. Those are to his running back. Number 24 comes to this near side in near Knight territory. About a 10-yard pickup. He's going to put the ball on the 50-yard line.
That should be enough for a first down, Lee.
First down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. They have not moved the chains yet, but I'm not sure how they. Still not made a mark of a first down. They're going to call it. They're going to say second down on this.
Okay.
I'm not sure why they're not measuring here.
Yeah, I think that the other people on the field are beginning to question it as well. Why is it not at least being measured?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a first down.
It is a first down. 7:50 once again remains. 7:50 remains here in the first half. Knights 21, Tartars 18. This battle began with the Knights taking the football first after a coin toss won by Taylorsville. Taylorsville elected to go to receive the ball in the second half. Knights would fumble the football, and then Taylorsville would make them pay, and it's just been a battle ever since. Here's a first down and 10 from midfield. Connection is made at midfield, but crosses into Knight territory to the 46-yard line. So it'd be a second down and 6. A little tighter coverage right there, it looked like.
Yeah, and if you are listening to us, watching us online, and you are a fan of good old-fashioned defensive-minded football, I expect you to turn the radio off. Because, what you've got now is you got 2 offensive, throwing down and showing what they've got. And it's exciting. Both teams throwing haymakers and finding ways to score points.
Quarterback Beavers looking to pass again, throwing deep. He's got a receiver, but overshoots his intended receiver out of bounds, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Again, Beavers is having to throw off his back foot and get rid of the ball there because he had somebody breathing down his neck right there. I'm pretty sure he was whispering soft nothings into his ear. He was so close to him. And again, great job by the defensive line there to get penetration and force a 3rd down. One of the few 3rd downs that we've actually seen.
Let's go back to those soft nothings. What do you think would be one of those soft nothings?
I'm here. I'm going to get you. Throw it or die. I don't know.
3rd down and 6 for Beavers. Looking over the field, looking to pass. Throws down in the middle and almost picked off.
But again, for the first time the whole game, we have forced a second time. I apologize. Second time we forced a 4th down. Last time was deep in Knight territory, and they converted a 4th and 15 into a touchdown pass.
Yeah, well, this is 4th down and 6. Definitely, if you're a Knights fan, right now is maybe the play of the ball game. 4th down and 6. Beavers calls for the snap, and I think he's trying to do a hard count there.
He was trying to pull him up, but still plenty of time on the play clock. Just now getting to 10 seconds on the play clock.
There's a snap. Quarterback looking to pass. Beavers goes off to that right-hand side looking for a lane, and he throws, and it is incomplete. Knights will take over on the Knight 46-yard line. That's a huge play right there for the Knights.
Absolutely. You had to find a way to get a stop here. Now, still plenty of time. Over 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So, we're not talking about anything like that, but anytime you're going blow for blow, exchanging touchdown to touchdown, you've got to find a way to get a stop. So great job by the defense there to force them to turn it over on downs and give your offense a fairly short field. You're only 4 yards away from midfield. So, and this offense for West Lauderdale, barring that one fumble, has looked pretty unstoppable.
2 receivers this near side. Once again, the Knights moving left to right. KP with the quarterback keeper leading the way is Mosley, but about 3 or 4 white jerseys in the way, and that'll be a yard loss. Or actually, they're going to say he got back up to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage, so 2nd down, 10 to go for the Knights.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Lee.
No, I said that I think this is a very important drive for the Knights to put some points on the board, just to give your defense a little breather. But also, if this is going to be a back-and-forth battle all night long, you got to start building some type of separation at some point.
Yeah, you've got to reward your defense here. They did a great job forcing the turnover on downs. you got to find a way to come down with some points.
Pistol formation for the Knights. Handoff goes to Mosley. Mosley goes off to the far side. Mosley gets a first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports, into Tartar territory to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, great run there by Mosley. Again, having all kind of success running between the tackles. I'm actually pretty excited at half to be able to check out his stats.
Right back up the line, Mosley with the carry. Mosley sidesteps, so there's going to be a flag, maybe coming back, but he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. Not sure, though.
It's in the area of holding, and it looks like they're coming back.
Regardless of flag on the play. Sponsored by Chris McDonald, State Farm Insurance Agent.
Well, I say that. They're not moving back yet.
The Knights aren't moving.
It may be against Taylorsville. It may be a face mask.
I did see a Knight rearrange his helmet, but I definitely did not see the play, as the penalty is marked, or will be marked, from about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be against Taylorsville. Still waiting the official signal to tell you exactly what it is. It looks like it's about to come up.
Well, it's a first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. Personal foul against the defense, but he didn't say what.
Either way, that's a 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run. So after that big run by Mosley, they're going to tack on some yardage there afterwards. Yep, there they go.
Yep. So it's going to be marked off from inside the 20.
That may be a half distance.
Right.
I mean, they're on the 18-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 9. Yeah, so that's a 15-yard penalty, but being that close, half the distance to the goal. So it's going to be first down and goal for your Knights here on the 9-yard line. They lined up in an I formation, Lee.
Yep.
West Lauderdale just inside the Tartar 10-yard line.
Two receivers left, and like you said, I formation. Gaddy is in front of Mosley. Mosley with the carry, goes right up the middle. Actually comes off to this near side of the 5, inside the 5. Does he get in there?
Oh, he's close. I think
they're going to say he's down. No, touchdown West Lauderdale.
I knew he'd gotten really close. So great job to he was a hawk. He was looking for that goal line, able to track it down, and man, that's what you needed. A turnover on downs by forced by your defense. Your offense marches it right downfield, punches it in to take a 9, potentially a 10-point lead, pending that extra point.
And your holder is Ashton Radcliffe. Zane Wood putting toe to leather, and he stays perfect on the night. 28-18, 5:40 remains here in the first half. We'll be back on Q101.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save. In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today. Located at 4542 Poplar Springs Drive. Call 601-483-7743 for a quote on auto, homeowners, condo, renters, personal articles, business, life, and health insurance. State Farm agent Chris McDonald is a proud supporter of the West Lauderdale Knight football team.
Go Knights! WJDQ Meridian and Collinsville. We are Q101. And on Friday nights, we turn into your West Lauderdale Knights football connection.
Interception, West Lauderdale.
Now, let's send it back to the field with Lee and Clint on
Your hit music connection. Q101.
Following a 9-yard touchdown run by Travion Mosley, his second of the night. Short kick going to come down to the 34-yard line, and that's all she wrote for the Tartars before the offense comes back on the field for Taylorsville.
Again, a not a true onside kick, just that little pooch kick by Zane Wood, forcing him to call the fair catch. And this time, they were able to get a man under to catch it, and the Knights kind of backed off and let it at least attempt to hit the ground. So they will take over first and 10 on their own 30. Is it on the 34?
34.
Yeah, 35, 34. They're kicking the ball around right now. They haven't placed it anywhere.
Well, the side judge on this near side had it at the 34, but they're walking.
Yeah, they're going to
put it on a 35.
They're going to put it on the hash mark on
yeah,
the 35.
no,
34. There you go, Lee.
He asked him.
So the chain's having to back up a little bit. They even had it off.
So 5:40 once again remains here in the first half. Knights lead by 10, 28-18. Taylorsville looking to pass, finds a receiver there at the 38-yard line. And that's about all she got, or excuse me, he got.
Yeah, just a short gain there for the Tartars. as there was nothing after the catch. They're going to give
37.
him credit for a 3-yard reception there to bring up 2nd down and 7. And then I don't know if you've noticed, we talked about this a couple of drives ago about the cushion that they were getting on those receptions, and they seem to have shortened that up to where there's nothing after the catch.
2nd down and 7. 3 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. Tartars moving right to left. Beavers looking to pass. Makes the connection at the 45. First down is made. Stays on his feet into night territory. Still on his feet. All the way down to the 35-yard line. That's a first down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. We don't have heights and weights for Taylorsville on their roster that they're providing us, but
big wide receiver. I was just thinking that, Lee. We've got guys diving at him that are bouncing off of him. You've got to wrap him up and force it.
Again, first down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. First down at the night 35-yard line. They'll move those 3 receivers to the far side. That number 4 was Dre Keys. Beavers looking to pass again. Knocked away. Was that Ross Clearman? Ross Clearman did a fantastic job.
Again, we've been seeing that all night. More times than not when he drops back, we're able to get pressure on him. Haven't gotten to him quick enough to get a sack, but at that point you were coached on the defensive line. If you can't get to him, throw the hands up, jump, try to disrupt the pass, and right there, you saw a perfect example of it. Bring up 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass.
I think Ross is about 6'5", so, I mean, definitely he's got the range for to knock the ball out of the air. Beavers back to pass, throws off to that far side. Number 3, and about a 1-yard pickup. So bring up 3rd down and 9. That was Rico Crosby, senior receiver.
Yeah, good job by the defensive backs here. Again, they've kind of condensed that cushion a little bit, not willing to let them get a whole lot of yards after carry, especially when they're passing it there just in the flats.
So the official call is no gain. So 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right for Beavers and Tartars. Beavers backpedals, looking for a receiver to the right. Then he looks back to the left. He's being flushed from the pocket. May have to decide to run for it, and he does. And he crosses to the 30, and he will get a Tartar first down. Actually, he was close to sliding a little bit prior to that first down marker, but he will get it. Sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. But
yeah, he was running for his life there for a second.
First down and 10. Once again, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports, and the Tartars still on the move. Scores Knights 28, Tartars 18. Looks like the Knights are blitzing here, or at least threatening to blitz. Here they come. Beavers looking to pass into the end zone by incomplete.
They brought a lot of pressure on him the play before where he was able to scramble and get out. Because the linebackers were not, they had tried to go after the sack and they weren't there playing, basically, shadowing the quarterback. And so they had shown blitz in, but the linebackers backed off and forced the incomplete pass. They had to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Tartars moving right to left. 25-yard line of the Knights. Beavers looking to pass, finds his receiver, number 8 to that far side, and high steps one of our defenders before going out of bounds. About a 6-yard pickup. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
So, Lee, you're looking at the clock right now. We're just under 3 minutes. The Knights were able to score last drive. Now, admittedly, they started just shy of midfield, but it took just over a minute of game clock.
So it was only a gain of 5, so 3rd down and 5 here.
And the Tartars seem to be taking up a lot of that play clock. Again, not wanting to leave a whole lot for the Knights whenever they do inevitably take it back here before the half.
Shotgun formation for the Tartars. Beavers looking to pass, to pump fakes, throws back toward the end zone and incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, number 17, Nika Westbrook.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
I apologize. My eyesight's pretty bad. Noah Westbrook.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of dark up in here too, so I'll defend you.
Okay. 4th down, 5 to go. Big play here. Beavers looking off to his right, trying to get that play in.
They're in a 5-wide set now, Lee.
Beavers looking over the field, looking left, now looking right, looking over the field, and throws intended. No, incomplete. And the Knights will take over again. Nice defensive stand. You talked about defensive just a few moments ago. Defense for the Knights for the last couple of drives. Bend, don't break. That's what you need, right?
Absolutely. Able to take over with 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and I believe a full allotment of timeouts as well. Would love to get another score in before the half.
Yeah, definitely. Knights break huddle. They'll set up shop on their own 20-yard line. I believe that is the worst field position of the night for the Knights tonight. They'll come out with 2 receivers, one on each side of the field. Radcliffe far left, Gathings wide right, and Mosley with the carry. Get a 1 yard, maybe 2.
A little surprised we didn't catch a flag on that. I mean, I could hear the whistles up here, and a solid 2 or 3 seconds later, Mosley gets thrown to the ground, and you could hear the crowd kind of wanting a late hit as well.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Knights. Definitely don't want to hand the ball right back to the Tartars, and you're in a field position where you don't want to have a mistake. Mosley to the left. KP going to be a quarterback keeper here to the 25. He's up to the 30. He's up to the 40. 45, and
they're going to bring him down just shy of the 50. Yeah,
and it wasn't a horse collar by any means, but the way he was tackled from behind, you hate for your quarterback to go back like that, right?
Yeah, put pressure on the back, on the knees, but he bounced up. He was fine.
133. That's the first remains here in the first half. First down, sponsored by All Star Team Sports. Pistol formation now for the Knights. Clock starts. Handoff to Mosley. Mosley kind of slips a little bit, but he does get into Tartar territory to the 49-yard line. So a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 to go.
Clock running just under 1:15 now to go in the second quarter. And they do just barely break into the Tartar side of the field.
2 receivers to the far side. Mosley to the left as well. KP looking to pass. Pump fakes. Got a receiver deep downfield. That's Ashton Radcliffe. And no, incomplete at the 10.
Yeah, just unable to get turned around. He was thinking it's going to come on his right shoulder, ended up landing on his left. And, oh, man, just falls harmlessly incomplete. But you're right, he did have an open guy.
You got to believe if needed, you got to feel positive about that particular play because Radcliffe had his guy beat.
Oh, yeah, he comes down with it. That's 6. But either way, 3rd down and 7? 3rd down and 8?
Long 7.
Yeah, we'll go with the long 7.
2 receivers to this near side. 56 seconds remaining here in the first half. Knights up by 10. KP rolling out to his right, looking for a receiver. Finds a receiver, and that's connection made. First down is made at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was Radcliffe coming down with it and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
How about that? Incomplete pass to Radcliffe, a play before, and then go right back to him. 2 receivers this near side. Same formation, pistol formation now. Handoff to Mosley, goes right up the gut. Mosley sidesteps and spins at the 30. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down. Clock still going, though. 42 seconds remain.
There's the timeout being called.
We're going to stay here in action.
Although the clock is still running for some reason.
Yeah. And still going.
Yeah, I don't know who our clock.
So while we're in timeout, I got to tell you a little story about last night. We were at the East Central game, and how long do you think it would take for somebody to snap the ball, spike it?
At least 80, 90 seconds.
No, come on, be honest.
I mean, you can do that in the NFL says you can't do it in less than a second. So the least would be probably 1.2, 1.3.
No seconds were taken off the clock, and they had to argue about that for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, NFL rule says you have to have at least a second on the clock for the count.
As they're fixing the clock now, putting the correct time. There's a good 8 seconds went off the clock before they actually stopped it. Currently, we're sitting at 2nd down and 3 for the Knights. The Knights have the ball on the Tartar 31-yard line.
Yeah, they put 6 seconds back on the clock, late, make it 38.
I was off by 2.
It happens.
I formation. Daddy in front of Travion Mosley. We have two receivers to that far side as well. KP go under center. KP hands off to Gaddy, and Gaddy goes right up the middle to the 25, inside the 25 to the 24. It's first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. Clock will stop momentarily as the chains will reset to the 24-yard line, and they're going to stick with that I formation. Clock started before the chains were set. Kind of odd for that. KP fooled everybody to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, West Lauderdale. Late flag, however, comes to this near side. Not sure what's going on over there. But over here, it could be like some unsportsmanlike conduct over here, but not sure what the flag was thrown at the 15. There wasn't anything but white jerseys over there. Did you see anything?
I mean, the only thing that you throw in that area is holding, but no, I did not see a hold take place.
The ball's coming back. I mean, everybody was fooled thinking the ball was going right up the gut, and KP squeaked out that left corner and went off to the end zone. However,
they are going to call a hold against West Lauderdale.
Flags on the field. That means we got to thank Chris McDonald, State Farm Insurance agent. That's going to back the ball up to the 25-yard line. Did we get a call of what it was?
They called a hold.
Okay.
Yeah, first down and 11 now. Clock has started. I don't know if they realize that.
First down and 11.
We're inside of 12 seconds now, guys.
Here we go. KP looking to pass and makes the reception at the 15. That is a first down. And yeah, I'm not sure if nobody caught this, but with the penalty, that should have stopped the clock, right?
If it's on the offense, it starts back whenever they
All
wind the game clock.
So first down is made. Definitely going to take a timeout here to stop the clock. You're going to have one play with 3 seconds remaining. Ball is at the 13-yard line. Is this Zane Wood time?
I mean, you're well within his range. I don't know if you send him out or if you take a shot at the end zone.
I mean, you go up by 13. I think any points is golden right now because the Tartars get the football at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess in Coach Clay's mind, you have to, and I'm not going to try to read his mind, but it has to be somewhere buried deep down the side that, yes, you have had a couple of stops, but by and large, they've been scoring touchdowns, so you kind of want to match them the whole time. Defense coming back out for the Tartars. They're not expecting a kick, and I see Peoples coming out, so offense is going to be on the field as well.
You got a play that's going to get you 13 yards, excuse me.
I hope so. We'll find out.
Pistol formation for the Knights. Tight receiver formation to that left-hand side of the line. Once again, it's first down and 10. Now the Tartars take a timeout. I think that's the Tartars' second timeout.
Either way, it's the last play.
Right.
So. Yeah, the Tartars, they came out, they looked at the offensive strategy, the formation, called a timeout to make sure they have the right personnel in there as well.
We're in timeout. Knights lead 28-18. Knights received the ball to begin the game. However, a few plays into their first drive, put the ball on the ground. Tartars would make them pay on a 39-yard touchdown pass. Knights would go right back and score on a 42-yard touchdown run, and it's been back and forth. However, the last couple of series for the Knights defense, they've been one of those bend, don't break defenses, and here we go, the Knights. One play left before halftime. KP rolling out to his left, looking to pass, throws toward the end zone, and is it complete? It is complete. Touchdown, West Lauderdale. Ashton Radcliffe. How about it, guys?
I have no idea how he got that in there, but great job by KP to get that pass in to score that touchdown.
And now he's got to take his gloves off because he's the holder for the extra point.
Yeah, just kind of throwing them off to the side right now.
13-yard touchdown reception for Ashton Radcliffe. There's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up and is good. Zane Wood, perfect on the night. 7 touchdowns.
Not a bad way to end the first half.
5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns on the night, and we're just the first 24 minutes in it. Halftime is coming your way. We'll run down the first 24 minutes of excitement, to say the least.
Absolutely.
Coming up after 3 minutes. The score is 35-18. We'll be back after this on Q101.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
We'll score a touchdown on great deals at Family Flea Market on B Street in Meridian. With over 200 vendors and over 52,000 square feet of shoppable space, where you're guaranteed to find something for the whole family. Family Flea Market carries a wide variety of items, including new and used furniture, home decor, vintage items, mattresses, toys, and more. Come shop with us at Family Flea Market on B Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. You're guaranteed to score great deals. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages.
You want the best of the best on your team, which is why you should interview a Regions business banker. And don't throw us any softball questions. Ask, what feedback do you get about your responsiveness and personal service? What makes you different from other bankers? We'll also be happy to tell you about our award-winning customer service. But the proof is in getting to know us. Give a Regions banker the opportunity to really wow you. Call 1-800-833-9776 or visit regions.com/interview to get started. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years, Battery One Source is your source for auto, motorcycle, marine, and lawn and garden batteries. But don't buy before you let them check your old battery. Absolutely free. If your golf cart needs to be repaired or maybe you want to add some accessories, Battery One Source does that too. And with over 20 years experience in cell phone repairs, they are your cell phone and iPad repair headquarters. Battery One Source, located at 2618 North Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. And the same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. And that's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Meridian, call your Alpha agent Will Sweat at 601-482-2385 or stop by our office at 2340 North Hill Street, Suite A.
With one half in the books, let's check in with Lee and Clint for a review of the first two quarters and break down what the Knights need to be able to do to walk away with a win tonight in your official halftime show, powered by Alpha Insurance Agent Will Sweat and Q101.
Well, thank you very much. Once again, it is halftime. Score is 35-18, but I'll tell you what, that score does not reflect what an offensive battle it has been for the Knights and the Tartars here in the Kingdom. We're 1 week away from homecoming from last week, and it almost felt like we were still enjoying some of the festivities at the beginning of the game. But the offense for both teams have definitely come out to play tonight, especially on the passing game for the Tartars and that running game for the West Lauderdale Knights. Very, very powerful. As we've seen in the past. Travion Mosley getting on the board a couple of times. Ashton Radcliffe, though, what a last drive he had just a few moments ago. Almost comes up big with a touchdown, but they do wrap it up with a touchdown, 13-yard touchdown completion there at the end of the first half. Gets the Knights to 35-18. Once again, your halftime show being brought to you by Alpha Insurance Agent Will Sweat. Dee, let's go over the stats real quick for us. On the ground, the Knights have had an outstanding rushing attack so far, and they've had two games prior to this that they have just really did control the ground game. Tell us what we've been able to witness during the first 24 minutes of play.
All right, so first with the team stats, we have gotten 16 first downs, the Knights have, and we've ran the ball 27 times for 259 yards. We've threw the ball, caught the ball 4 times for 54 yards for a total of 54 passing yards. KP is 4 through 5 through the air and 3 for 3 on third down conversions. And for Taylorsville, they have 11 first downs, 8 rushes for 44 yards, 14 receptions for 190 yards with a total of 190 passing yards. The quarterback is 14 for 24, and on third downs they are 1 for 4. On fourth downs they're 1 for 3. And to go to the leaders for the Knights, we have on the rushing game, we have Travion Mosley with 18 rushes for 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. KP 7 rushes for 78 yards, 1 touchdown, and Kendall Gotti 2 rushes for 9 yards. And then on the passing,
on pause real quick. I'm gonna put you on pause just for a few moments. 172 yards for Travion Mosley, who came into this ball game with 600 and I believe 650 yards on the ground already. That's turning. Wow, he's getting closer to that 1,000-yard mark a little sooner than I think we all expected at the beginning of the season. But good job, Travion Mosley, for the first 24 minutes, nearly 200 yards on the ground. Go ahead.
And then KP with 4 for 5 in the air, but for 54 yards, 1 touchdown. And on the receiving end, Ashton Ratcliffe 3 receptions for 36 yards with 1 touchdown, and that was at the end of the half there. And then Chase Gathings 1 reception for 18 yards. And for on the Taylorsville side, they've not ran as much in the first quarter, but in the second quarter they started running. And Beavers ran the quarterback 2 rushes, 23 yards. Tayshawn Scott, their main running back, 3 rushes for 16 yards. And King 1 rush for 3 yards. And through the air, Beavers went 14 for 23 for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then the receiving end, Barnes 5 receptions for 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Trent Clark 5 receptions for 52 yards. Then Noah Westbrook 2 receptions for 20 yards. Carryon Phillips 1 reception for 10 yards. And Rico Crosby 1 reception for 1 yard.
Cool. All right, thank you very much, DD, for getting us up to date on the stats. And again, going back to Travion Mosley, just what a great job he's done being the workhorse in that backfield tonight. I don't believe we've had anybody spell Travion in the backfield tonight. We have had Gaddy come in and carry a couple of times on short yardage conditions, but definitely Travion Mosley has been the workhorse tonight so far. We're going to step aside for 3 minutes, come right back. This is your halftime show being brought to you by Will Sweat, your Alpha Insurance agent, talking a little bit about Mighty Knight Marching Band information coming up in just a few short minutes, and actually 3 minutes. The score is 35-18. Knights have a couple of 3-touchdown lead going into the third quarter. And don't forget, the Tartars do receive the football to begin the second half as well. All this coming your way next on Q101.
Show your West Lauderdale spirit while benefiting the school with a School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. Go Knights! Use your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card as a credit transaction, and for every signature purchase, the Citizens Bank will donate 5 cents to the school. Boost your school spirit with every purchase by using your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. See Mike Shelby and the staff in Collinsville at the Citizens Bank, or call 601-626-7608. Member FDIC.
Hey, Knights fans, it's game time. This season, don't just cheer for victory. Score a winning smile with Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of the West Lauderdale Knights. Get your smile in the game and show off your team spirit. Call Douglas Orthodontics today and tackle those orthodontic needs. Score a winning smile this season at Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics, where champions get their smile.
When it comes to football supplies and equipment, there's only one place: All-Star Team Sports. Let All-Star Team Sports protect your football player with shoulder pads, helmets, arm sleeves, mouth guards, and more. Want to support your favorite teams? All-Star Team Sports has a great selection of spirit wear, including shirts, hats, sweats, and more. So whether it's a 40-yard run for a first down or a touchdown dance in the end zone, your player will look like an all-star with All-Star Team Sports.
1100 24th Avenue in Meridian.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save. In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today, located at 4542 Poplar Springs Drive. Call 601-483-7743 for a quote on auto, homeowners, condo, renters, personal articles, business, life, and health insurance. State Farm agent Chris McDonald is a proud supporter of the West Lauderdale Knight football team.
Go Knights!
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. And the same is true for Alpha and
Nights on
Your hit music connection. Q101.
Again, it's your halftime show being brought to you by Will Sweat, Alpha Insurance Agent. Score here at halftime, 35-18 in a big-time competition between a 1A and 4A. West Lauderdale, of course, 4A. Down in 1A is Taylorsville. Taylorsville's giving the Knights pretty good dose of offense, especially in the air. Once again, the score 35-18. But speaking of competition, the Mighty Knight Marching Band will be having their very own competition tomorrow. Let me hit stop on this first of all before we bring in our own Michael Oates. Where is that Spotify coming from, guys? Let's see. Here we go. There, we got to press stop on that and do this and all this kind of stuff. Now we can talk to Michael Oates. Michael, what's going on? Big O?
Oh, nothing much. It's coming up from the concession stand to give you all a little update on what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
Tell us a little bit about that competition. We see the football competition all the time and want to send people your way to the band. The football competition all the time and want to send people your way to the band competition.
So our band will be participating in the Neshoba Regional Marching Band Competition and also the Rocket Regional Invitational. So we'll be marching 2 shows tomorrow, one in competition for state and then another one in competition just with the bands that are there.
Okay. How many bands will be in attendance tomorrow? Do you know?
There's usually a bunch. So it goes from about 8 o'clock in the morning till the invitational goes till about 9:30 at night.
And you got a Sunday morning job too, don't you?
I sure do. But, caffeine cures a lot. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm figuring that one out today.
That'll preach there, brother.
Mm-hmm. What goes on prior to we know about football. We're football play-by-play guys, but competition for band, is it as strenuous?
It can be. The lead up to it, they start practicing as about the same time football teams start practicing. They're out there in the heat. They're grinding it out, and there's been times where I played football and played band, and I've just about passed out doing both. So just depending on what you're doing.
All right. Can people come up there and spectate?
Absolutely. Our band takes the field at 2:30 in the afternoon tomorrow for the first time. So come on out. There's 2 gate fees, one for the day and one for the night, and plenty of concessions probably to be had there as well.
All right, how does that work? If you pay to get in a certain time during the morning or afternoon, how do they pay again?
Well, you can pay both times when you get the gate, and they'll give you 2 armbands.
I got you.
So.
All right, so that's tomorrow. Let's talk about what people are missing out if they're listening to us right now from home or in their vehicle here at the Kingdom. We have one more home game as far as regular season home game, and concessions open. You've got a menu. You brought us up a very fine hamburger a few moments ago with jalapenos and everything. Enjoyed it. What else is on the menu, though?
Well, surprisingly, after I brought you those burgers, the tuba burger is back on the menu.
Oh, well, come on!
So next week I'll try to bring you a couple of tuba burgers.
In 2 weeks.
I had to go talk to our concession stand leader, and she was like, I was just nervous about making them tonight. I'm like, well, make them the next time. So
I'm going to be really impressed if you bring them to us next week in Northeast.
Well, it probably won't happen. Yeah, it'll definitely be 2 weeks.
Tuba burger. Anything other special on the menu?
No, just our regular. We got sausage dogs, hot dogs, Chick-fil-A sandwiches, hamburgers, cheeseburgers.
And that QR code. I saw the QR code when I was walking into the Kingdom tonight. The little QR code that you can, I guess, do with your phone and do an online order.
That's correct.
I actually heard a conversation earlier this week of somebody talking about using it last week and how quick it was. And, I mean, they were singing the praises of it.
Yeah, we usually have your order up really quick. You can beat the line. If there's a line out there, go ahead and beat it. It's worth every penny.
Well, thank you very much, Michael Oates. Good luck tomorrow for the Mighty Knight Marching Band in competition up at Neshoba Central.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right, once again, your halftime show being brought to you by Alpha Insurance Agent Will Sweat. Score here's 35-18. The Tartars of Taylorsville will receive the football to kick everything off during our second half coming up in just a few more minutes. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, come right back, and wrap up your halftime show. It's West Lauderdale football on Q101.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Score a touchdown on great deals at Family Flea Market on B Street in Meridian. With over 200 vendors and over 52,000 square feet of shoppable space where you're guaranteed to find something for the whole family. Family Flea Market carries a wide variety of items, including new and used furniture, home decor, vintage items, mattresses, toys, and more. Come shop with us at Family Flea Market on B Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. You're guaranteed to score great deals. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages.
You want the best of the best on your team, which is why you should interview a Regions business banker. And don't throw us any softball questions. Ask, what feedback do you get about your responsiveness and personal service? What makes you different from other bankers? We'll also be happy to tell you about our award-winning customer service. But the proof is in getting to know us. Give a Regions banker the opportunity to really wow you. Call 1-800-833-9776 or visit regions.com/interview to get started. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Show your West Lauderdale spirit while benefiting the school with a School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. Go Knights! Use your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card as a credit transaction, and for every signature purchase, the Citizens Bank will donate 5 cents to the school. Boost your school spirit with every purchase by using your West Lauderdale School Spirit debit card from the Citizens Bank. See Mike Shelby and the staff in Collinsville at the Citizens Bank or call 601-626-7608. Member FDIC.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. And the same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. And that's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Meridian, call your Alpha agent Will Sweat at 601-482-2385 or stop by our office at 2340 North Hill Street, Suite A.
You're listening to West Lauderdale Night Football.
We're the West Lauderdale Cheerleaders. We love you 101.
Back here at halftime. A couple more minutes left before the second half begins. And it's been a barn burner here at the Kingdom so far, 35-18. 2 minutes left before halftime. Halftime being brought to you by Will Sweat, Alpha Insurance Agent. 35-18. That score, it looked to be about a quarter and a half. It didn't look like any defense was here to show up.
Yeah, we've played 2 quarters and I hadn't seen a punter on the field at all for either team. And as a result, you've had the Knights had one drive, their first drive of the game, that was stopped and of their own fruition. They fumbled the ball away. The Tartars, their last 2 drives, they ended up turning it over on downs, once around the Knight 45-yard line. The other time down close to the red zone, right just outside the 20-yard line, I believe. They turned it over on downs. But y'all got some stats a little bit earlier in the half. I mean, a lot of yardage for both teams. Offense is kind of what you're talking about for the first 18 of 24 minutes that we played in the first half. Just haymaker after haymaker, one touchdown after another, and big plays. I mean, 40-yard pass, 42-yard run, 39-yard run. I mean, just big-time plays happening. The Knights forcing them into a 4th down and long situation, 4th and 15, right around the 20-yard line. And Taylorsville able to hit a long pass for a touchdown in that 4th down situation. So great job by the defense of the Knights to make some adjustments there deep in the second quarter to get some stops, some turnovers on downs. But by and large, both offenses are having a lot of success.
Speaking of scores, just as we're winding things down here with the halftime show here, again brought to you by Will Sweat, Alpha Insurance Agent. Scores 35-18. But how about some scores from around the area? What you got, Clint?
All right, so Meridian High, the Wildcats traveling down to Oak Grove, 31-10. Oak Grove over Meridian right now. That's a second quarter stat. Got to be close to halftime in that game. Let's see what we have. Scott Central and Seminary. This is a fun score, 9-0 at the half. Seminary over Scott Central. Bay Springs traveling to Clarkdale. Clarkdale find themselves down 30-6 at the half against Bay Springs. Lamar and Simpson Academy. Lamar is up 21-7 at the half over Simpson.
How about the job Lamar's doing this year?
Absolutely. They are playing some good football.
That's one of those aired out guys, right?
Yeah, Northeast Lauderdale traveling to League Central. District game for them. Northeast down 20-14 at the half. Choctaw Central, Newton. We don't have a score for that one. Let's see what else we might have. Enterprise and McLaurin. Enterprise up 27-0 at the half over McLaurin. Not a district game, but one that we still find a little interest in. Louisville going to Kosciuszko tonight, and at the half, Louisville up 24-7.
Louisville's had their hands full the last couple of weeks.
They have. They've played some stiff competition. Philadelphia, we played them just 2 weeks ago, hosting Sebastopol in a high-scoring game. In the second quarter, Philadelphia up 38-31 against Sebastopol, so not a whole lot of defense in that one either. Forest traveling to Union. Forest up 28-0 over the Union Yellow Jackets at the half. Stringer going to Southeast Lauderdale. Stringer up 24-12 in the second quarter. And let's see if I had one more I wanted to tell. Oh, here it is. Quitman and Northeast Jones. Quitman down 14-13 at the half against Northeast Jones.
Wow. Okay. Looking forward to the second half. The Tartars won the coin toss, deferred for the second half, so they'll send out their kick return unit coming up in about a minute and 38 seconds. Your halftime show being brought to you by Will Sweat, Alpha Insurance. Next week, we'll be on the road. Not too far, though. Not too far of a trip, just around the corner to Northeast Lauderdale. Then rounding out the rest of the regular season against Choctaw Central.
Here, I'm going to keep it professional. Now, the 27th, we have our fall festival at the church, and I'm torn between my hot dog costume and my Mr. Potato Head costume.
There you go. There was one year. Now, this was back whenever I worked on the radio station. I know that is no longer my profession, but we were able to get our faces painted that particular year on Halloween, and I was actually able to do our broadcast with the face paint. That was kind of odd because of sweating and wearing a headset and all that kind of stuff with the face paint on, but the coolest thing was getting people looking through the window and seeing a skeleton, because I had a skeleton face. But see, there was somebody that was right in front of me, looked back, and it scared the mess out of me.
I think I'd rather just paint the window and try to put my face in front of it.
That'd be cool.
There you go.
That's going to put a wraps on the halftime show, being brought to you once again by Alpha Insurance Agent Will Sweat. Zane Wood, who has been spectacular, kicking it through the uprights, and has actually kicked one deep tonight. That has not been the forte most of the year for the Knights to kick it deep. Back deep for the Tartars of Taylorsville, if we do elect to kick it deep, is number 24 for the Tartars. Running back, Carry-On Phillips.
Zane Wood is lined up like he is about to boot it deep here to start the second half.
Tartars kind of inching their way up. Not expecting a very deep kick. And does kick it to about the 32-yard line and returning. And the Tartars have open field, and I believe that was Zane Wood that made the tackle in Knight territory. That's the problem. You know, you kick it short, you want it to hang up there a little bit to where you're running, kickoff team can get down there and corral them, but that's the thing. All the Knights were down there, left nobody really to tackle him after that first line, right?
Yeah, if you're going to do that high pooch end over end kick like that, you almost got to treat it like a punt. You've got to kick it high enough to give your guys time to get down there and force a fair catch call.
So the Tartars quick into Knights territory following that kickoff return. One receiver three receivers to that far side. Looked to be some early movement, but didn't get the call. Number 20 will get the call on the far side and get a first down. And more. He's still on his feet inside around the 35-yard line. And that'll be a first down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports.
I'm like you, Lee. It looked like the left side of that offensive line, that left tackle, maybe tight end, we're quick off the draw. But either way, no flag, no call, and that's going to bring up another first down for the Tartars at the 35-yard line of the Knights. So after one offensive play, find themselves in Knight territory.
That's Tayshawn Scott with the carry, number 20. Beavers hand the ball right back to him. Comes to this near side, and he's on his still stays hot. Gets about another 10-yard pickup. Yeah, they will mark him down at the 25-yard line. I believe that's going to be enough for a first down. Another first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports.
So a team that did nothing but air the ball out in the first half. Having a lot of success on the ground right now. Lee, 2 runs, 2 first downs. Right around the 25-yard line.
Scores 35-18 Knights, but the Tartars are threatening. Trips formation tight to that offensive line to that left-hand side. And the handoff again goes to number 20. 20 to the 20-yard line, to the 15 before being tackled, and that's close to another first down.
I think it's going to be a first down. I think they're going to move the chains again. Yep, there they go.
Another first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports, down to the 14-yard line. So 3 plays. Quite a bit of yards, all the way from the 49-yard line of the Knights to the 14-yard line of the Knights.
Yeah, you've had 3 runs, 1 of 14, and then 2 of 10. Yeah, you're right, Lee. Just a lot of success on the ground here in the first couple minutes of the second half.
Scott remains in the backfield to the left of Beavers. Beavers hands ball back to Scott, excuse me.
That's going to be a false start against the Tartars. Back them up, make it first down and 15.
Go against the offense.
Seem to be a little motion on the left side of this offensive line, one that we feel like we've seen a couple of times, but getting called this time.
10:37 remains here in the third quarter. Taylorsville won the coin toss. The Knights actually turned the ball over on their first drive, and that's really been the only miscue of the Knights offense so far tonight. Put up 35 points in the first half. And Taylorsville's kind of shot themselves in the foot the last couple of drives.
Yeah, they ended the first half. The last 2 offensive drives they had were turned over on downs.
The previous penalty is sponsored by Chris McDonald, State Farm Insurance Agent. Scott is to the left of Beavers now. It's first down, 15. Pitch to Scott. Comes to this near side. He's up to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10, to about the 9-yard line. It's going to be about 5 yards shy, maybe 6 yards shy of the first down marker. So second down, 6. As he gets up to the 10-yard line.
Again, nothing real fancy about that. Just kind of a quick pitch outside. And a lot of success there. Bring up second down and 6.
Trips formation to the right. 1 receiver to the left to this near side. And Scott to the right. Another pitch to the far side this time. And he just falls down. He'll lose about a yard, maybe even 2. Not sure if he tripped over his own feet or...
It was either a trip or a surrender, but he went down of his own volition. There was no tackle made other than the grass monster jumping up and getting him.
That's a 2-yard loss, so third down and 8. And as we've seen tonight, this is I'm not sure they have a field goal kicker. They've not went for a field goal all night, and they went for fourth down conversions. Here's a pass completion to number 4 to the 5. Touchdown. Touchdown number 4 is Dre Keys.
That big wide receiver we've been talking about all night, having a big game.
So extra points have not been their friend. Let's see if we can keep it the same way as they'll go for 2 again. 35-24 now with that touchdown from Keys. Number 24 checks into the game for the Tartars. Looking to pass. Beavers flushing the pocket. Actually, and incomplete. And again, 2-point conversion is no good. Score remains 35-24. We'll be back after 30 seconds here on Q101.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years, Battery One Source is your source for auto, motorcycle, marine, and lawn and garden batteries. But don't buy before you let them check your old battery. Absolutely free. If your golf cart needs to be repaired or maybe you want to add some accessories, Battery One Source does that too. And with over 20 years experience in cell phone repairs, they are your cell phone and iPad repair headquarters. Battery One Source, located at 2618 North Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
Now, more play-by-play of West Lauderdale football with Lee Taylor on Q101.
Oh, the Tartars get back within 11 now. What?
Just laughing at your math.
Okay. I almost had it. I was off with it by 2. 35-24 is the score with 9:25 remaining here in the third quarter. Short kick comes down to the Knights' 43-yard line, and return man had a little trouble guiding that one because it was not sure how that was spinning, but it was not. It was almost like a knuckleball.
Yeah, that one had the potential to go anywhere. So good job by the up man just to pick it up and essentially fall on it and retain possession for the Knights, because right now it's a, like you said, an 11-point game. I mean, this is by far not a blowout, not an out of reach situation here. The Tartars did exactly what they had to do, and they were late getting on the field defensively. And
Travion Mosley, though, with a handoff to him, and they were keying on him. Did they? No loss on that play. It looked like he actually got blown up in the backfield, but they'll say no gain, no loss as well. Second down and 10.
But no, I mean, the Tartars found themselves down by 17 at the half, and they had to get, with them getting the ball to start the second half, they had to come out there and get points, and got what they needed to keep it relatively close and keep themselves in the game. And now the defense for the Tartars need to do something.
Pistol formation for the Knights. Handoff to Mosley again, and Mosley gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Might have actually lost a yard that time.
Yeah,
that bring up third down and 10. And
backside tackle. Somebody, that was a run to the right, but a blitzing linebacker, maybe even a defensive back, didn't see quite where he came from. Off the opposite side, the left side of that O-line, just able to come around and get a tackle. And he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but still third down and 10 for the Knights here.
Definitely don't want to give that football right back to a
Going to need to be quick coming out here, down to 5 seconds on the play clock.
To the offense, who's really going right now. Third down and 10 as the Knights face on their own 43-yard line. KP looking to pass. He may take it himself.
He
does.
got a lot of room.
And that room closed up quickly to the 47, 48-yard line and the entire sideline. I know it's a small sideline over there in those white jerseys, but they're on cloud nine right now. The Knights are facing fourth down and about 6 to go. You just came between by 11 points, and you've got a chance to get the football right back. And I believe you are seeing punt. No, you're not going to see a punt formation here. However, KP has punted before for the Knights, so it could be that they're going to try to draw the defense off sides before making a punt here. But we'll see.
Yeah, you had a hard count there. Good discipline by the Tartars there to hold the defensive line, not jump. We're going to have a timeout here. I think the Knights absolutely taking their first time out of the half.
All right, we're going to stay here in action, but this is dangerous here. I mean, you're giving the football right back. Just missed blocks on that far side. You made a notion of it just a few moments ago. Just right out missed blocks on that far side, and caused the Knights to stumble there in the first couple of plays.
Yeah, and good closing speed by the defense there as well. Like you said, that last play run by the Knights. I mean, KP on the keeper, at first glance, he had all kind of yardage, and like I said, good closing speed by the defensive backs on the far side, able to hold him to about a 3-yard carry to bring up fourth down and 7, as I believe the punt team is going to come out, Lee.
Yeah. Offense is sitting down, and here comes the punt team for the Knights. The first time the punt has taken place for the Knights.
Yeah, by either team.
Zane Wood needs to get into this one. Returner for Taylorsville standing at around the 25-yard line. No slow snap. Zane digs it out. High hanging punt. Going to take a night bounce inside the 20, inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Nice punt for Zane Wood.
Yeah, that's going to be some of the worst starting field position for the Tartars that they've had all night. I don't. Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that they've had anything any worse than this. So, good job by Zane Wood to flip the field there with that punt. You know, the opening drive that they had, they started in night territory, so they are coming out, like you said, Lee, on their own 14-yard line. Ran the ball with a lot of success this past drive. But again, nothing between the tackles. Everything was a toss outside.
First down and 10 for Taylorsville. They're going to be in a split back formation. Scott, who had quite a bit of yards that first drive of the second half, he'll get the carry. Goes right up the middle and about a yard pickup. Second down and 9.
That's going to be why you didn't see a whole lot between the tackles on that drive before. They were running the ball, but everything was outside. Just not to have the offensive line for Taylorsville was just outmatched by the defensive line for West Lauderdale here.
So carry on Phillips and Tayshawn Scott.
Again, with that split back there, Lee, they're in a 2 running back set, 3 wide, 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. No tight end, just your 5 interior linemen down there.
Second down and 9, Beavers. Looking over the field, looking to pass, throws it off to that far side. Incomplete. Intended receiver was his running back, Carry On Phillips.
Again, had a hand, a black jersey, a face mask, all around him. I mean, he had to get rid of that quick. And a little bit quicker than he wanted to because his intended receiver, the running back, wasn't quite ready for it yet. But that's going to bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 9 here for the Tartars on their own 15-yard line.
Double receiver set on each side of the field for the Tartars. And looked to be some initial confusion here on this near side receiver, this wide left. And we'll see how that affects him. Handoff goes to number 24, Phillips, and takedown in the backfield. And here's the question I was about to ask. I mean, do we see a punt team now?
I mean,
for Taylorsville.
Big, yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. You've got to. I mean, 4th down and 13 on your own, 13-yard line. You've got to punt the ball away.
Yeah. The reason I ask is we have not seen a punter for Taylorsville.
Well, they haven't had to. I mean, the only time they've really been, pinned back on downs, they were in West Lauderdale territory, so it's worth it to them to go for it.
He's standing at actually goal line is Noah Westbrook, number 17. He's standing right, basically a foot inside the end zone. High snap, Knights are coming after it, and he gets rid of it. Takes a Tartar bounce. Knights will recover at the 45, and that is Mosley. Gets into Tartar territory at the 49-yard line before being tackled back. They're going to mark it at the 50.
Yeah, not a whole lot of forward progress awarded there on that one.
Nice field position for the Knights, but they couldn't get much going on their previous drive. Just a couple of missed blocks.
Yeah, I mean, they had some miscues on that. Hopefully not indicative of what we're going to see the rest of the second half. But
35-24 is the score.
Good field position start right here at midfield for the Knights as they come out for their second drive of the second half.
One receiver out to each side of the field for KP. We'll call Ashton Ratcliffe in motion. However, Travion Mosley with the handoff. Mosley to the 45, Mosley to the 40, and that looks to be a first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports.
Yeah, they're sitting there, and I'm assuming they'll be lined up in a similar formation here, but on defense on that last play, there were 9 guys within 5 yards in between the tackles. I mean, they are keying on the run.
35-24 Knights. This was a close ball game last year over at Taylorsville. Knights pulled away late. 2 receivers to the far side for KP and the Knights. Handoff again to Travion. Travion trying to find a hole. Not much there. About a yard pickup. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, the defense is just all over that right now.
I'll actually give him a yard and a half, so we'll call it 2nd down
8.5.
Running right, and Coach Brock Clay brought this up during the coaches show this evening, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. You keep running at that brick wall, and they're going to get tired. They're already going both ways.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got 30 guys on your roster. You're going to have some guys to play Ironman football, and eventually it catches up with you. I don't care how well conditioned you are.
Mosley with a carry. And Mosley runs into, speaking of a brick wall, after about a yard pickup, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd down and long, probably about 7. Yeah, that's where they're going to mark him, 3rd down and 7 here for the Knights. on the Tartars' 37-yard line.
And, you know, I guess it's depending on how many you pick up on this particular play, but I think you're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, you would think so because, I mean, most likely if you punt from here, there's a very real possibility it goes into the end zone, which means you would net about 17 yards on it.
Tight 2 receiver set on this near side. On the ball is spotted at the right hash mark. KP going to go right up the middle. KP inside the 35. It's going to be close, but I believe it's going to be about a yard shy of a first down.
Yeah,
so 4th down and 1.
What you did there on that is you almost guaranteed yourself that you're going to go for it here.
Ball is at the 31-yard line. I'm surprised that you're not seeing a heavy package.
Well, we just sent in some, a little more meat down there. But we're going to see how it works out. If I had to guess, this is when you line up under center, and that's what they're doing in that power I formation.
Kendall Gaddy right in front of Travion Mosley. And Kendall Gaddy gets the first down. I've been so impressed with Kendall Gaddy tonight. Not sure how many carries he's had, and I believe he's run the football before in his lifetime, but and he's just recently been moved to the offensive line. But he's looked impressive.
He really has, and they've brought him in short yardage situations. 3rd and 1, 1.5, maybe 2. Whenever you look at him and say, "Hey, dude, we got to have a yard. We got to have a yard and a half." And if you say you need a yard, he's going to get you 2. If you say you need 2, he's going to get you 3. He is that kind of guy.
Strong gentleman there. Knights once again up by 11. Looks to extend their lead here from the 27, 28-yard line. Travion Mosley with carry gets up to the 25-yard line. This is a gain of 3 yards. Going back to Kendall Gaddy, his dad, I don't know if you've ever run into him, but he's got an arm probably bigger than your legs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just one or both of them?
No, well, each.
Okay, you said an arm.
Sorry. But I believe he went to West Lauderdale. Did he go to West Lauderdale?
I mean, you're asking me. You're the one who grew up around here, man.
Yeah, but I'm a few years older.
Well, that's for sure.
2nd down 7. 2 receivers to the far side. Going to be pitching out to Gathings. Gathings with the reception at the 26, but he moves up to a couple of yards to the 22-yard line. Gain of 3. 3rd down and 4, what I believe.
Yeah, a little bit of a low throw there by KP. Slowed him down a little bit, allowed the defensive backs to kind of shoot up and not allowed him to get that big gain. Very little yards after the reception there.
Only 2 yards on that, so 3rd down and 5.
And again, barring what happens here, you're most likely going to find yourself in a 4-yard situation. While you are, I believe, at this point in Zane Wood's, region, he could make the field goal from here.
Yeah, but you don't need to be trading touchdowns with field goals.
Not with a team that can throw like they do.
KP, quarterback keeper, and he is inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line, and now he shoots forward to a first down.
I was going to say, they're going to mark him around the 17, so he needed to get to the 18, picks up the yard to gain, and then some. So 1st and 10 for the Knights inside the red zone on the Taylorsville 17-yard line.
And you're starting to see some defensive linemen start to put their hands on their hips and starting to walk around a little bit slower than what they've normally been. And that's what running into that brick wall over and over and over does to them.
I mean, yeah, you've got an offense here who has only thrown the ball a handful of times, 3, 4, 5 times, if that, probably not that many. And they've just been pounding the rock over and over and over into that defensive line. And, yeah, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, Lee.
First down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. Travion Mosley with the carry. Goes right up the middle. I believe they're going to stop him at the 12-yard line.
It's going to be about a 5-yard carry there from Mosley. Makes it 2nd down and very manageable, 2nd and 5.
Closing seconds of the 3rd quarter, 30 seconds to be exact. And the Knights have a 2nd down and 5 coming your way. Moving left to right on your radio. Tartars receive the football to begin the 2nd half. Put the ball in the end zone a few plays later. Knights' 2nd drive. Ashton Radcliffe with the reception to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, West Lauderdale. That's how you answer, right?
Absolutely. Very, very quick strike. Outstanding job by KP. And I not criticize him, but I did call him out a little bit the last time they ran that to the other side. Low pass, slowed down the receiver Gathings at the time, his ability to really jump off that. This time, quick pass hit him in the chest, and we saw the result of his receiver able to get out there. Good snap, good hold, good kick. It is good. Zane Wood staying perfect again for the Knights. That is going to bring your score to West Lauderdale 42, Taylorsville 24. Just a few seconds left to go here in the third quarter, 3.5 to be exact.
Clint, we're going to stay right here because the kick return team is already on the field. Third time this year, the Knights have scored 42 points in a game, and still got another quarter left.
Absolutely. Yeah, the offense, like I said, we punted once here in the second half. We fumbled once in the first half. But other than that, I mean, had a lot of good things to hang their hat on. You know, if the game were to end right now, I mean, it's a pretty stinking good offensive, night for the Knights.
3.5 seconds remain. Enough for a kickoff.
Zane Wood putting the ball on the tee. He's pretty much a two-trick pony. He's either going to kick it deep or going to kick that little end-over-end high hovering kick that tends to land right around the 40-yard line, and that looks to be what he's setting up for right now.
There's the kick, short kick. Come down around the 40, and the ball's free, but there's going to be running into
again. He called a fair catch.
Taylors will have the football in Knight territory, I believe, again, and I think for maybe the fourth time, maybe the third, but regardless, they'll have the football in Knight territory to begin this drive as the ball is going to be spotted.
No, he picked the flag up.
Did he? Wow.
They're saying he dropped it on his own, I think. No,
Nope.
They are going to call the penalty.
And it's going to be marked off from the 38, so they'll be in Knight territory. Again, and you can't do that to a team that's just won't go away, right?
Yeah, you can't give them that yardage because, I mean, this is their third drive of the second half. The first one, they started right around that same area.
Right.
Took them just a few plays to get in the end zone. The second one, you had them pinned deep inside of their own 20-yard line. They went 3 and out, ended up putting the ball away. But as it is, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Taylorsville on the West Lauderdale 47-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. 1 running back lined up to Beavers' right.
Beavers looking to pass, looking to go to that far sideline. No, he shoots it off to number 8, Barnes. Barnes had a fantastic first half with over 100 yards receiving. He just got about 12 right there.
But that's the end of the third quarter. Later, we're going to flip the field here.
We're going to step aside as well. 42-24 is your score in favor of the Knights. We'll be back after 30 seconds for the final 12 minutes of the football game next on Q101.
Hey, Knights fans, it's game time. This season, don't just cheer for victory. Score a winning smile with Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of the West Lauderdale Knights. Get your smile in the game and show off your team spirit. Call Douglas Orthodontics today and tackle those orthodontic needs. Score a winning smile this season at Douglas Orthodontics. Douglas Orthodontics, where champions get their smile.
WJDQ Meridian and Collinsville. We are Q101. And on Friday nights, we turn into your West Lauderdale Knights football connection.
Interception, West Lauderdale.
Now, let's send it back to the field with Lee and Clint on
Your hit music connection. Q101.
Welcome back here to the Kingdom as the Knights hold on to a 42-24 lead over the Taylorsville Tartars. 12 minutes remain. But the Tartars just won't go away. Threatening here on the Knight 34-yard line. Moving left to right, 3 receivers to the far side, one to this near side. Beavers looking to pass. Beavers corralled, tackled in the backfield.
Finally got him. They've been in his face all night. And finally the pocket collapsed around him, getting the sack. Great job by the Knights defensive line there. Big loss. That's going to be a loss of what, about 7?
Maybe even 8.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge loss. This is going to bring up 2nd down. And, yeah, Lee, they got to get down to the, the 24. And they're on the 42. So, yeah, 2nd down and 18.
Same formation for the Tartars. Beavers shotgun formation does have a running back. Phillips going to that far side.
He's
They
in
lose
trouble.
the football, and Knights, while they don't recover, they do make another sack. 2 plays, 2 sacks, gets back to the 48-yard line now.
Yeah, that was one of those linebacker blitz in the gap, basically went untouched. Beavers trying to get rid of it quick, but like you said, Lee, unable to corral the snap clean. And that half a second that it took him to rein that snap in was all that the Knights defense needed to force a second consecutive sack.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier just a few moments ago, how the defensive line was putting their hands on their hips, and you could tell they were moving a little slower. Wonder how much that is affecting, because most of them are going both ways, how that's affecting their blocking on the offensive line now. Beavers looking to pass, being flushed from the pocket, and he'll go down again. No, he won't. He actually eludes the sack and heaves it off, but incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Knights about had 3 straight sacks.
Yeah, had him wrapped up, but just to kind of sing his praises a little bit, he is a strong, strong man, and he was able to run through that initial tackle and basically just threw up. He had a fairly open guy down there, but in an attempt to survive, just kind of threw it away. And that is going to be a second consecutive drive where Taylorsville was going to have to bring out the punt team.
Punt team consists of the punter, Noah Westbrook.
High snap.
And almost, I think it did.
They got a piece of it.
Takes a Knight bounce back to the 42, maybe 43-yard line. Great field position for the Knights, but got to put this game away in this drive, right?
Yeah, if you're able, because I mean you're looking at an 18-point lead right now. If you're able to push it up to 25 points, if you're able to get a touchdown, especially from a team that's only they're only getting 6 yards 6 points a touchdown so far. But if you're able to make it a 25-point lead in the 4th quarter, I mean, again, stranger things have happened, but that would be one of the stranger ones that I've seen. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Knights break huddle off the sideline. We'll have Ashton Radcliffe off to the far side. Gathings on this near side, moving right to left. Pistol formation for KP. Hand the ball off to, is that number 1? That's Lamarion Spencer. He's going to get a 1st down on the first play. And that'll be sponsored by All-Star Team Sports.
Well, Lee, you're seeing the same thing I am. These guys, this defensive line especially, I mean, these same guys that are lined up on the interior of the defensive line are the guys that are playing the offensive line, and oh, goodness, they are not getting a break. And, you know, you play Ironman football for this long, you know, even on a night that's a little bit cooler, it feels a little better, you're still feeling it. And the Knights are at a place right now, and I don't know how consistent they're going to be with this, but, I mean, it seems like they're trying to milk the play clock a fair amount as well. They didn't break the huddle until inside the 10 seconds.
Spencer stays in the game. He'll get the carry, goes off to that far side. Fresh legs in the game and kind of showing it. 5-yard pickup there for the Knights.
Absolutely. Able to get down inside of the 45. I think they're going to mark him down to 43. Yeah, 43 and a half, I believe. So they got to be the way that's going to bring up 2nd down and mid-range, 2nd down and 5. But you're right, Lee, and this is what we've been talking about for the last 6 games. I mean, we've got a stable of running backs. When you think about, you know, Mosley, you think about Rowe, you think about
Spencer.
Yes, I mean, Spencer coming in, and I mean, just we've been able to get these guys a lot of playing time in the games past, and now when we need fresh legs, able to get them.
Another call for Spencer, goes right up the middle, gets to the 40, maybe just on the inside of, no, they're going to put him down right at the 40-yard line, so bring up 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Knights.
Did you see Mosley trying to get back out there? He made it about halfway to the numbers and then just turned around and came back. Yeah.
And I believe he surpassed 200 on the night.
Yeah, at this point it's time to share the wealth. You know, you don't want to get greedy.
But think of that. I mean, if he puts up another 150 next week
or tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't think his night's done. But he may surpass 1,000 yards next week. KP. Quarterback keeper comes to this near side to the 35 to the 30 and gets hit around the 27-yard line. You don't want your quarterback getting hit like that too much, do you?
No, you really don't. And again, a game that I'm not going to say out of hand because it's only an 18-point lead. But I mean, the deeper into the quarter it gets, the more unlikely it is to come back for Taylorsville. And you're right, Lee. You don't want to do anything to injure starters, especially somebody like your quarterback.
Timeout, West Lauderdale. That is their second of the half. We're going to step aside as well for 30 seconds. 42-24 in favor of the Knights, but the Knights are threatening. We'll be back after this on Q101.
When it comes to football supplies and equipment, there's only one place. All-Star Team Sports. Let All-Star Team Sports protect your football player with shoulder pads, helmets, arm sleeves, mouth guards, and more. Want to support your favorite teams? All-Star Team Sports has a great selection of spirit wear, including shirts, hats, sweats, and more. So whether it's a 40-yard run for a first down or a touchdown dance in the end zone, your player will look like an all-star with All-Star Team Sports.
1124th Avenue in Meridian. Q101, your home for West Lauderdale Knights football.
8:12 remaining in tonight's game as the 4A West Lauderdale Knights taking on the 1A Taylorsville Tartars, team that went to the semifinals last year in the playoffs. Knights 42, Taylorsville 24. Handoff goes to Travion. Travion inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, West Lauderdale.
Yeah, that was one of those runs. I think he shook about 14 guys.
I thought his night was over, and he comes back in there and gets a touchdown for the Knights. The 8:05 remaining, 48-24. 3 times the Knights have put up 42 or more. The Knights definitely want more than that 42 now, and they want to put up 49. See if Zane Wood can do that. There's snap, low snap. Zane gets it out though, and I believe it is good. He is perfect on the night. Still got 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. We'll stay right here next since we just came back from timeout. But 49-24, you keep on trading blows, but if you can't score extra points, eventually that's going to mount up, right?
It does, and ultimately they, what you look for is what we got coming out of the half. They did give up 1 score, but by and large, they've been able to make some defensive adjustments to slow them down. When I see them, I mean, obviously the offense of Taylorsville, who was just high-powered for a majority of the first half, but of the last, basically the entire second half and then the last 2 drives of the first half, they've turned the ball over twice on downs, punted it twice, and scored once. So great job by the Knights defense to slow them down and to make the proper adjustments needed. It looks like Zane Wood's going to – he's lined up to kick deep, I believe, this time.
Here's the kick. Line drive kick's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, that's going to put it on the 40.
That's worst field position for the Tartars the last couple drives.
I was going to say, they're not starting on the Knight side of the 50, so I guess we'll take it.
So 8:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter in the football game, 49-24. Let's see if my math's correct. Is that 25 points?
Very good, Lee.
All right. Some good money my parents spent on that school and education. 35-yard line, actually. This is not pros.
Close enough. Professional, varsity, whatever.
Are they confused about it as well?
I really thought it was a 40, but I very well may have been mistaken.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it is a 35, so there you go. Tartars
will trot out with trip set on that left-hand side, the far side. 2 receivers to this near side, empty backfield for Beavers.
I'm going to step out on a limb and say it's going to be a pass play, Lee.
Think so? Beavers swings it out to guy in the flat, I believe that's number 9 for the Tartars, Trent Clark.
Again,
and he's spread it around quite well.
I was going to say, just quick passes there to the flat, and honestly, that's all he's got time for.
Gain of 7.
There has been a blitzing linebacker in his face for basically the entirety of the second half. They're not giving him time to stand back there and find a deep route. So he's having to get rid of it quick to a wide receiver who's just basically standing there on the line of scrimmage, and he's banking on him to be able to get some positive yardage.
Second down at 3 for the Tartars. Hands off to number 20 who get a first down, sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. That is Tayshawn Scott with the handoff there.
Yeah, Scott's going to have about a 6-yard carry, going to get out to the 47-yard line of Taylorsville, enough to move the chains. So what do you think, Lee, especially if you're able to get a stop? I mean, are we going to start seeing a few clean jerseys
We're already seeing Braylon Dixon warm up. He was not able to play last night. They did not have a junior varsity game that was actually scheduled until the last moment. 3 receivers to this near side, throw up to number 8 and incomplete. Actually, that ball was probably knocked away by a club, if you want to call it that. Number 15, Cameron Vaughn.
He was shot out of there like a cannon. He was not checking up until he either hit a jersey or knocked the ball away. But good job by Cameron Vaughn to force the incompletion and bring up 2nd down and 10 for Taylorsville on their own 47-yard line. Again, if you're just joining us in the 4th quarter, 6 minutes, 59 seconds, West Lauderdale up 49-24 over the Taylorsville Tartars.
Same formation for the Tartars. Handoff to number 20, and he'll go down after about a 2-yard pickup. There's Tayshawn Scott.
I think I can give a little more than that. They're going to mark him down right at midfield,
okay.
I think.
3-yard pickup. 3rd down and 7. Got to believe, they 4-down territory, definitely.
Yeah, I think if you punt now, you're just conceding it. And you know, it is what it is at this point. But you're in a 4-wide set, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side.
Scott going in motion, looking to pass, and makes the protection to number 8 and loses the football. Are they going to call that an incomplete pass?
No, they're going to call it a fumble, which it was. I mean, he caught the ball, made a football move. It gets knocked away. Recovered by Taylorsville, but that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 9 back at the Taylorsville 47.5-yard line. And it does look like a punt team's coming out, Lee.
Barnes was the receiver there, Trey Barnes.
Mosley back there to return the punt. Now, able to get a piece of it the last time. I mean, they sent everybody after it.
There's the punt. Travion going to just allow that to roll. It's inside the 20 already, inside the 15 now to the 14-yard line.
Let's see who we're going to send out. Looks like KP is hanging out on the sideline, so I believe his night may be over.
Braylon's coming in the football game. And like I said, this quarterback, backup quarterback, if you want to call him that, but the last minute found out they was not having a game last night, so I know the excitement for them to be able to play and now being able to get in there to enjoy some action. So we'll see Braylon Dixon, freshman quarterback. Marion Spencer as well in that backfield. Spencer will take it to that far side. Spencer gets about maybe 2 yards on that. 2nd down and 8.
Inside 5.5 to play in the game. Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of cleaner jerseys on the offensive line.
No, most of the offensive linemen is still in there as far as starters. Maybe the H-back back there, and I know the far side receiver is get a first down or two, and I'm pretty sure you're going to start seeing some. Clock's at 5 minutes. Pistol formation for the Knights. Receiver on each side of the line for him as well. Handoff, no. Quarterback keeper to Braylon Dixon. Braylon just loses his footing after about a yard pickup. That excitement kind of led him forward a little bit, right?
Yeah, he, we've seen that a couple times tonight. The turf monster jumping up and grabbing a running back, taking him down before the defensive player is able to get hands on him. But, yeah, that is going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Knights, Lee, as they are going to try to convert this 3rd and long.
4:25 remains in the football game. 2 receivers to that far side. Spencer to the right of Braylon Dixon. Dixon loses the control of the football, and he'll just have to eat it, and the Knights will send out their punt team.
Yeah, that's going to force him back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 11. Yeah, lost an extra one there. But yeah, the punt team coming out, so the punt return team for Taylorsville coming out. But again, not overly unexpected. You're getting some fresh guys in there, getting some playing time. But the punter for West Lauderdale standing on about the 2-yard line.
Number 8 for the Tartars comes in as a return guy, Trey Barnes. Well, actually, they're going to have two back there. Number 3, Rico Crosby as well.
Good snap, good high hanging kick.
Going to take a night bounce. Started bouncing at around the 40. It will actually go all the way to the Tartar 49-yard line. 3:19 remains here in the football game. Knights 49, Tartars 24.
Again, looking at the defense, seeing a few cleaner jerseys going to come out there. For Taylorsville, they're going to do their best to try to make this a little bit closer final score, but this one pretty much out of hand at this point.
Starting quarterback still on the field for Taylorsville. Beavers backpedaling, looking for a receiver, just heaves it and maybe coming down for it. No, he should have been intercepted.
Again, having to throw off his back foot and just in survival mode.
Number 2 for the Knights. Almost had an interception. Javion Wilson. One of our own players might have gotten in his way. Second down 10. Stops the clock with the incomplete pass. 3:13 now remains in the football game. Handoff goes to that far side.
There is
corral.
nothing there. Great job by the defense to just fly to the ball. That's going to bring up third down and about 15, I believe.
So the Knights definitely, it looked in the first half, where they could not stop the Taylorsville defense, or Taylorsville offense, How about the things maybe have changed tonight?
Yeah, and we've talked about the adjustments that they were able to make at half. I mean, Taylorsville came out and scored on the opening drive of the second half and haven't sniffed the end zone ever since.
2 receivers on each side of the field for Beavers. Beavers looking over the field, flush from the pocket, goes off to the far side, might take it himself, and he does, and he goes out of bounds.
Well short of the line of gain. That's only going to be about a 2-yard gain.
If that.
Yeah, maybe even just a 1, but that's going to bring up fourth down and about 13, maybe 14.
Here comes the punter.
Well, and there's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook to say, okay, we can pick up 15 yards on this.
Knights not having anybody back.
Yeah, they are going for it. Oh, there he is.
High snap. Punter brings it down and did not get a piece of it. Almost, though. Did we get a flag? I think we're going to get a flag on this, running into the kicker.
Yeah, he's still down. And he's up.
Penalty on the field, sponsored by Chris McDonald, State Farm Insurance agent. But will it be roughing the kicker or running into the kicker?
I believe they're going to call roughing.
It's running into the kicker.
Yeah, running into is a 5-yard, and you'd almost still have to punt again. Roughing comes with an automatic first down. Yeah, personal foul, roughing the kicker. So the defense coming back out there, see if they can get another stop here late in the game. But again, you know what you've seen, we've seen this pretty much the whole time that they've been punting, which admittedly has only been the second half. But, you know, West Lauderdale, they've been coming after it pretty much every time, and they did get a partial block a little while ago, and this time they got, a little handsy and hit the punter. But that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Tartars on the West Lauderdale 39-yard line.
Tight trips formation to the right-hand side, this near side of the Tartars offense. Scott with the handoff comes to this near side and gets hit hard, but not after about a 3, 4, or 5-yard pickup to this near side. Went out of bounds. He's still down.
Well, they marked him in bounds, so they didn't stop the clock. They may now for an injury, though. Yeah, he got hit hard. He got sandwiched, and
they're going to have to take a timeout for this.
Yeah, they 2 of his teammates are helping him off. He's limping considerable as he's walking off the field.
The times that Scott has been handed the football, he's done fairly decent. But this is definitely a dangerous air attack that Taylorsville has going into their district play. Mind you, they only have 3 games in district play.
I think they're a lock to make the playoffs.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean,
on what?
On a 4-team division?
I think you have 4 teams in the division because the state wanted to make money and had a 7A classification. Because they look at Alabama and say anything you can do, we can do also.
Right. 2 receivers far side, 2 to this near. Hand off to the running back to the far side. He gets end over.
Yeah, he kind of gets somersaulted there at the end, but he's going to be close to a first down,
yeah,
Lee.
I believe it will be.
I don't know. The near one's going to mark it right on the 30. So the
Chains are trying to move, but they have not been told yet. Yeah, that'll be a first down. First down sponsored by All-Star Team Sports. 1.5 minutes left. Actually, if you want to get technical, 92 seconds left. But first down and 10 for the Tartars from Taylorsville. 49-24 is the score. Knights lead by 25, but the Tartars would like to put up some extra points before the end of the football game. Taylorsville will run to that far side.
It's going to be another first down there.
I believe so.
I think I'm going to give him credit for about an 11-yard carry.
It's Phillips on the carry, number 24. Pretty sure number 20, Scott, he's still dealing with that. He's holding on to his left knee. Hopefully he's not hurt too bad. But clock's at a minute. Down to the 16-yard line is the Tartars. 3 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far for Beavers. Beavers looks over the field, looking to the right side, and that would be a caught pass. Walks into the end zone for a touchdown for the Tartars. That was number 8. It's Barnes on the reception. That's
we're going to get his stats out here.
Yeah, Barnes had over 100 in the first half.
He is having a great game so far.
So they'll go for 2 here.
There's a surprise.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Barnes is the lone receiver to this near side. Phillips is the sidecar to the right of quarterback Beavers, and knocked away at the last moment. The receiver wanted a pass interference, but does not get it. Incomplete. Will keep that score at 30. So with 43.5 seconds remaining, 49-30 is the score now. We'll stay here in action.
Again, you've seen a whole lot of success, like 100% success by the defense of West Lauderdale when it comes to stopping them on the 2-point attempts, because they've been consistently trying to pass it in that situation. And when you've got such a condensed field, your defensive backs don't have near as much field they have to protect. They're able to stick closer to the receivers and able to force those incompletions like that. Taylorsville going to be lined up here to kick it off. You have to be able to. It's got to be in your mind if you're West Lauderdale that they may attempt the onside here. I don't really expect them to. I think this game is too far out of reach. Less than a minute to go when you're looking at an 18-point lead. I'm sorry, 19-point lead. I wouldn't look at the scoreboard. I was trying to remember. But either way, even if you get an onside, I don't see yourself being able to even come close to closing that gap. So he is taking steps back. It looks like he's going to kick it deep.
Barnes is your kicker, number 8.
High end over end kick going to be fielded on the 23-yard line. He basically just caught it and fell down. Protected it, and that's where the Knights are going to take over 1st and 10.
43 seconds. Tartars do have how many timeouts? 3.
Again,
but yeah,
you kick it off.
Prolonging the inevitable.
By kicking that ball off, you said, "Hey, this one's over. You're not going to try to stop the clock." But your offense coming out, they'll probably run 2 plays, and then we will line it up and shake hands.
Pistol formation for Braylon Dixon. And Neal.
There you go. Not even going to. All right, so the play clock's going to be 40. They're not going to have to snap it again. That's going to be the game there. I don't know if they know that, but.
Yeah, 49-30.
Yeah, the coach is out there telling them, hey, do not snap
slow
it.
Down. It's basically a victory formation, tight, but in a pistol formation.
I mean, the play clock isn't running, so, I mean, you're let 10 seconds. So, yeah, this is just going to – they aren't going to snap it again. That's going to be the game here.
End of the game. Knights will move to 4-3 on the season, while the Taylorsville Tartars will drop to 1-5, 1-5 before they enter district play, before the Knights get back into district play next week against Northeast Lauderdale on the road. So with that being said, final tonight, 49-30. We'll take a 3-minute break, come right back and wrap things up with the closing action tonight, and enjoy a postgame show being brought to you by Regions Bank as well as Family Flea Market. That is coming up after 3 minutes here on Q101.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save. In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today. Located at 4542 Poplar Springs Drive. Call 601-483-7743 for a quote on auto, homeowners, condo, renters, personal articles, business, life, and health insurance. State Farm agent Chris McDonald is a proud supporter of the West Lauderdale Knights football team.
Go Knights! Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Go score a touchdown on great deals at Family Flea Market on B Street in Meridian. With over 200 vendors and over 52,000 square feet of shoppable space, where you're guaranteed to find something for the whole family. Family Flea Market carries a wide variety of items, including new and used furniture, home decor, vintage items, mattresses, toys, and more. Come shop with us at Family Flea Market on B Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. You're guaranteed to score great deals. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages.
You want the best of the best on your team, which is why you should interview a Regions business banker. And don't throw us any softball questions. Ask, what feedback do you get about your responsiveness and personal service? What makes you different from other bankers? We'll also be happy to tell you about our award-winning customer service, but the proof is in getting to know us. Give a Regions banker the opportunity to really wow you. Call 1-800-833-9776 or visit regions.com/interview to get started. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Are you ready for some tailgating?
Down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville can do all the cooking for all of your tailgating this football season. Mouth-watering ribs and Boston butts are always available. If that's not enough, how about those delicious pulled pork sandwiches? For all of your tailgating snacks, food, and drinks, shop with Joe and the great folks at Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
With the clock on the scoreboard reading all zeros, let's send it back out to Lee and Clint one final time for their thoughts on tonight's game and a brief preview of next week's matchup on your official post-game show, fueled by Family Flea Market, Regions Bank, and your home for West Lauderdale Knights football, Q101.
Well, the score at halftime was 34-18. Final score, though, 49-30. The Knights moved to 4-3 on the season, while the Taylorsville Tartars dropped to 1-5 on the season. Knights will travel to Northeast Lauderdale, cross-county rival, next week, while the Taylorsville Tartars will start up region play back at home against Stringer. I'll tell you what, adjustments. When you look at the first, I guess you would say 15 minutes of the ball game, it looked like defense on the back end not knowing a clue what to do about a Taylorsville offense, and then switch.
Well, and we talked about that coming into the game, that Taylorsville knew that they were going to be undersized, so we're going to have to rely on their quickness, going to have to rely on some quick out routes, passes to force West Lauderdale's defense to get back on their heels, and that's exactly what we saw throughout the entire first quarter and about halfway through the second before they finally started getting slowed down a little bit, before the defense made some adjustments. Great job by the defensive coaching staff to recognize what was going on. And as a result, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at it right now. I mean, you just look at the stats in the first half for Taylorsville. I mean, they had, 210 yards in the air. The second half, they had 12.
Well, they did kind of go off and start running
They
the football.
did, but still, I mean, 76 rushing yards in the first half, 41 in the second. So, I mean, if you want to do some math on there, that is 53 total yards on offense in the second half for Taylorsville.
Once again, this is your post-game show being brought to you by Regions Bank as well as Family Flea Market. Thank you very much to those fine guys for helping us out for our post-game show. Great to talk about a 49-30 win. But we had a lot of yards on the ground. Travion Mosley, another 3 straight games, though. 3 straight games, outstanding performance. Tell us what we found out from Travion tonight.
Just some individual stats. Obviously, we're going to start with Travion Mosley. 225 yards on the ground, which, if you're doing some math, again, that puts him at 898 on the season. So 2 yards shy of 900, just spitting distance to getting a 1,000-yard rusher with, we still have 3 games to play.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's a foregone conclusion, but, I mean, the dude is he's a man. He's him out there right now. Other stats, Caden Peoples, another 100-yard game for him, 10 carries for 101 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. Mosley, he did have 4 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, just a great game. Lamarion Spencer came in the second half, had 4 for 20. Kendall Gaddy, 3 carries for 12 yards.
And those were important carries.
Absolutely.
Those weren't easy yards to come by.
Those were the kind of carries where it was 3rd and short, and everybody knew who was about to carry the ball. And so even with them knowing Gaddy was going to get it, still able to push forward and get the yards needed to get the first down. Caden Peoples, not a whole lot, but still effective, 6 of 7 for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's important, too. It may not be as far as the yardage, but the completions. We talked about that during the coaches' show this evening with Coach Brock Clay, how just getting comfortable with your receivers. We've had a lot of drops this year. Some of those passes were on KP, some of those were on the receivers. But when you start to get more comfortable with your receivers, that they're going to catch the football. I mean, I loved going right back to Ashton after Ashton dropped the long pass attempt, and then going right back to him. And he ended up getting a touchdown.
And Radcliffe had a pretty good game in the air, 4 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's respectable on any level.
Right.
And just looking at the team stats, we've kind of been talking about it a little bit. I'm just going to give you West Lauderdale's 47 rushes for 349 yards on the ground. Just impressive, and you've got to sing the praises of the offensive line as well. I mean, they're not going to get their names listed off in the stat book, but just doing a great job of clearing the path for these running backs. Again, 6 receptions, 69 yards. Did have that 1 fumble early in the game on that opening drive, but other than that, just an all-around effective game. 5 for 8 on 3rd downs, 1 for 1 on 4th downs. You can't find a whole lot negative to say about the offense, especially for West Lauderdale tonight.
All right, let's wrap things up. Once again, your post-game show being brought to you by Family Flea Market and Flooring, as well as Family Flea Market, as well as Regions Bank. I'm going to see if we can get some scores from around our district. Not necessarily have to get many scores from around the rest of the area, but League Central and Northeast Lauderdale might have been the only other game. Yeah, that was the only other game that was in the district played this.
Do you have the same score I do?
28-28.
There you go.
And that, I believe League Central had an advantage in that one earlier tonight. So Northeast Lauderdale coming back in that game. Not sure where that is. At last I got was in the 4th quarter. So that's where we're heading next week is Northeast Lauderdale. Tight ball game with the Trojans and Gators from League Central. Choctaw Central out of district play tonight, I believe. Or,
I'm
are
looking
they
for
taking on Choctaw in Newton County? Is that?
I'm not seeing that one, so maybe it just may not be coming up on my screen.
Other scores to note, just real quick, the Louisville and Kosciuszko. Louisville 31, Kosciuszko 7. Kemper County and Noxubee County. How about that one? 39-26. Noxubee County leads in that one. And Meridian coming back against Oak Grove, 31-24.
Was that a 31-7 score at one point, I believe? Yeah, so great job by Meridian to close that gap. Traveling down to the Pine Belt area. They're playing at Oak Grove tonight, so good job for Meridian. Even if they don't come out on top, showing the grit to come back on that one.
Another team that was down a few moments ago, Quitman against Northeast Jones. Quitman comes back 27-24. Not sure if that's a final, but Quitman on top of the Northeast Jones Tigers by a score of 27-24. Clarkdale takes a beating 44-6, and that was the last score I got was in the third quarter. So definitely some time left on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you got some other scores around the area, but, Philadelphia, Sebastopol. Philadelphia pulled ahead on that one, 39-54 in the third quarter. Gosh, that's a lot of points scored in the third quarter. Enterprise kind of handling McLaurin. Again, it's a halftime score, but it's 27-0, the last score I see on there. Forest running away from Union, 35-6. Southeast got handled, tonight. They hosted the Red Devils of Stringer, and it looks like that has gone final, 46-18 Stringer over Southeast Lauderdale. But, yeah, there's some scores around the area. Lee?
Right. We're going to wrap things up. 49-30 is the important one here in the Kingdom. And once again, the Knights go to 4-3 on the season. We'll be traveling to Northeast Lauderdale. So, if you can't make the trip, we'd love to have you right here on Q101. For Michael back there at the station, for pressing all the great buttons, for Aaron pressing the buttons here in the press box. Thank you, dude. Yeah, and for Clint coloring in all the pictures, thank you very much. Dee running the stats. I'm Lee, and we'll see you back next week. Once again, post-game show, wrapping things up, being brought to you by Regions Bank as well as Family Flea Market. 49-30. That's a wrap on us. Have a great weekend.